All right. So, when we last met, you guys had basically gotten back to the city. You had gotten into some good favor, basically, with the count, the vice count, um, and you guys were basically uh, gonna spend some time here. I said basically when we came back, it was gonna be about a week had gone by. Kind of tell me some of the activities that you were doing over that. Um, so I got some notes from different people on things they wanted to get. I got ideas that they wanted to hunt down and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure everyone had kind of all the stuff that they wanted and like they were kind of ready. If your characters have any sanity loss, like or they're not sanity loss, but I guess sanity gain, the insanity, you can take it down by 1 because you guys are resting in a town for a week. And when the game starts, it'll be April 9th, I believe, will be the date in game. Yes, April 9th. So, Horace, your blood loss is still there, but it's a lot less.
Yeah.
4 days left. Arnie, your concussion's gone. So,
Sweet.
let's keep that where it was at. And let's see. Other things that we had. Just going back over my notes to see where we're at as far as things that were happening. I know, Arnie, I believe, yeah. So your lion skin isn't ready yet. I know that was one of your big questions, but it's still got a couple more days. It's about a little over halfway done. So another 10 or so days, and it'll be ready.
Okay.
So you've got that, and I think that's all the big things.
The things that I was wanting to do.
Hold on, I'm still looking at stuff.
Alright.
For runes. So 17th. It is now the 9th. So yeah, that's pretty much done. And then those are done. And yep. So all the research you guys were having done is done. So looking at the time that we had, yeah, that's pretty much. We already kind of know. Horace, you were hiring a sage to kind of research the runes, but you had. Luckily, Vance was able to kind of like decipher a lot of them already. When you talk to the sage, like he tells you kind of the same thing, that this is kind of the writings of kind of a madman, and that this person was probably very gifted in magic, very gifted in the art, but was also like pushing it to the edge. And was also just probably, a creative genius with magic, but also that genius kind of probably took a toll on his sanity. There's a lot of half thoughts and half truths. I will say this, so you're going to get some information out of this. One of the big things that there's a reoccurring motif in his kind of ramblings that has to do with the plane of chaos and chaotic energies, and he talks about things about like all sorts of ideas of how to manipulate chaotic forces, and what you can do with them, and how you can create almost anything out of chaotic energies. They're like a wellspring, basically, for creation. And you can create like I said, almost anything. He specifically goes about talking about how he believes he has seen the kind of personification of emotion. Like he has seen like the face of fear, like he has seen the personification of grief. So you can take that for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Crazy madman doing crazy madman things.
Note the lack of personification of like just that nice feeling of being full after dinner.
Yeah,
that one didn't make it in.
That one did not make it in. It's usually a lot of things like sadness, misery, those kind of things. A lot of those personifications made it in. There was another sage hired to research the magic items. I think we did that last time. You had all those magic items researched.
I don't think we went over those, or at least I wasn't paying attention if we did. So sorry.
You mean Tasso's magic items that he's hoarding?
He's not. Yeah, I guess. Yes, those.
I gave out something.
Yeah, you definitely got the wherewithal on this. I think this was before Vance was in the party, so they were having a couple magic items that they had found that they were having research, but they already have those.
The wing. Yeah, the only one I got is the wing.
The ring
and the cloak
and the
umbrella
and the parasol.
Yeah. But the only one that's magical was the ring, right?
They were all magical.
Yeah.
They were all magical. So the parasol protects you from cold. So it protects you from, like, if you have it out, basically, you won't be cold. And the cloak is, like, completely weatherproof. Like, magically so weatherproof.
Okay.
Like, when you wear it, you're basically waterproof. Like, you can't jump into a lake because the water would flood in. But, like, if you're in the rain or anything like that, like, you're pretty much weatherproof.
Yeah, I got the wing and the cap.
Cape.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cape, and then parasol.
Yeah.
Parasol.
Okay.
Yeah, protects you from
It's
ice
plus going
and
saving a magical cold.
magical cold, but you have to have it open and out.
Yeah.
So you have that. So those are them. We got that. All right, and then
just a FYI, I'm wearing the cap, the cape. I mean,
you're wearing the cape. Okay.
Yeah. Then who wants a parasol?
Anyone want a magic parasol?
Arnie does. Arnie can take it.
Okay, I'm giving that to Arnie.
Okay. Arnie now has the magic parasol. And
how about the research for the recipe for the mother milk for me?
The mother's milk. Let me see how long ago, because that was going to take a while.
I think it's been 2 weeks now.
It's been about 2 weeks, yeah.
Didn't my research of the madman's ramblings take like a month?
Nah, it took him I think it was 11 days. I rolled randomly a couple weeks back, like how long it was going to take. So I wrote it down, and then let's see where we're going. Nope, still got some time on that one.
Okay.
If we're going by the alchemists to check in, and see what his status is. Can we get him to test the mother's milk that you already have to see if he can divine its properties?
I already gave him.
That's what he did.
That's what he's done already, is to say like, "Hey, what is this?"
Yeah, he gave him the. He gave him it to. Well, he gave it to him and said, "Here's a sample. I want you to recreate it." That's what he. That was what his the guy's marching orders were.
I see.
And so the guy was basically going to try to break it down and then just do a recreation on it. So that is still going, and that's still in the works. Anything else?
What about the stuff I wanted to make? Like the cane and the chaos gauntlet, as I call it.
So those are going to take longer to create than a week.
Really?
Yeah. Like, things take a long time in olden days. I spent 3 days myself with modern power tools, and I did a pretty good job at a pretty good clip to make a coffee table. Like, it took me 3 whole days to make a coffee table, like, start to finish, with pre-cut lumber, not milled, but pre-cut lumber and power tools. Like, forging things takes a really long time. Like, forging...
Oh, I didn't mean forging a gauntlet. If you remember, what I wanted to do was just inscribe the Elder God runes into a gauntlet.
Oh, so you're gonna try to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, you can totally do that.
And then I'm going to give it to a sage and tell him and ask him, what does this do?
Okay, so that's a possibility.
I don't want to meta this too hard here, man, but like, you literally receive your power from the god of the forge, and if you go sniffing around other gods' houses, you might be talking about like losing that connection. I'm just throwing that out there as something that your priest, literally of God, would think about.
Never mind about that. I'm just gonna go to a sage and ask him to translate all those what are they? The Elder God runes.
Well, and we had a conversation about this a couple of weeks ago where I said it was a terrible idea and I can read them for you, but we should really not.
Yeah.
I
want to specifically warn the sage, this might not be good health-wise for you.
Okay, then the sage will tell you, then no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to die, and or be in poor health. He's like,
listen, Horace, I know that you're very gung-ho for this Elder God stuff, but literally by interacting with these things at all, even in the case of just an impression from an ancient tablet that you found or something like that, you can increase their power in this world. Even saying their names can draw their dire eye upon you. This is terrible, and you should burn that. This is my professional opinion.
You do have a professional opinion.
There's a reason we call them the Elder Gods, the Old Ones, those who shall not be named, instead of like Johnson the God, is because if you say their name, then it gives them power, and they can...
Yeah. They're like,
that's fair.
Just throwing that out there.
So, what you're saying is that the cane, I won't be able to do it in 4 days.
Yeah, I'm talking... That's a very specialized item. I'm talking... You're probably looking at a month to 2 months to do that.
Really? I've seen, on TV, people do it, in 5 days with basic forging items.
I don't think what you consider basic forging items to be like what they had in like medieval times. Like forging a sword, at least a sword that's quality, like, you know, took a while. Like you can do a cast mold, like those like that's kind of like cheap cast molds. Like those are like, you know, something you can do, but it's not the best. Like if your character wants to do a quality thing, like it's gonna take a folded metal blade that has to be folded over and over and over again and like pounded out and heated and then like driving all the impurities out. If you want to take some metal and dump it into a wood cast and like have a sword, sure, but those are not the best. Those chip, those break. There's a reason that like there's like really good swords and not so good swords.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So yeah, and then you're trying to make it into like a cane as well. Like, you know, really that's just a sheath. You're just doing a type of sheath. So it's not too, that's, you know, that's also, that might be a little out of your sphere too, because, you know, you're probably getting into the point where it's probably going to be made of wood for the sheath, and you might have to work with someone who's a carpenter. You know, these things, they all take time. They take time, man. But you can definitely put a week's worth of work into it to get it started. I'm okay with that, but this thing is...
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting to.
All right, so I will definitely notate here that you have 1 week, basically, of hardcore work into your thing.
How much would that cost for, like, that, like, the really good quality stuff for it?
I don't know. I have to come up with that. I'm not gonna on the fly that one. But I will definitely put in that you have 1 week into it. In fact, I'm gonna give it 2 weeks, even though you only did 1 week. I'm gonna give it 2 weeks because you're like the god of the forge. Like you're twice as efficient as most people are with this forge, with like forging things. So in essence,
I probably don't deserve that, but thank you.
No, I think that's fair. Like you've given up your ability to like turn undead. I'm gonna give you something for it.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a minimum thing, like that I think I can do. That's very thematic. Like your character is very efficient at doing this kind of stuff. All right. So you guys are trying to finagle some stuff out of the count for your journeys. I told everyone you could take, you know, pretty much anything off the basic equipment list he would have. I know Vance sent me some specialty items he wanted. They're all fine. I'm fine with you getting those. Nothing in there is too crazy. And he was going to give you a set of riding horses. For everyone to have with tack and all that stuff that goes with it.
Arnie wanted to get a whistle.
That's fine. Yeah, you can have a whistle. I'm not. That's nothing too unusual.
Arnie.
Yeah.
It's a +2 on safe and magical cold.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, I just saw the thing, so.
All good. All good. I appreciate it.
All right. Anything else that we're trying to see that the count can do for you?
I do want to get some information on the person that we're trying to look for.
Which person you're trying to look for?
So
The one that the woman wants?
Yeah. The owner, Gunter, the one that's been giving me the buttermilk.
Mm-hmm. She wanted you to go and find someone. Do you remember that person's name?
I lost my sheet. I can't find it.
It's Renata the Robber. Real quick, you actually are like, you find information like lickety split. Like there's wanted posters all around like Iron Guard Mott for Renata the Robber, offering a 5,000 gold piece reward for the bring in of Renata. 5,000 alive, 2,500 dead.
Ooh.
So So I'm writing down stuff in the group chat, and I put down the riding horses. Did we get a cart as well?
Do you guys want a cart?
Yeah, I was hoping we could get some draft horses and a wagon for our cart man. We had kind of briefly talked about that.
I put down 5 riding horses in the chat already.
Yeah, that's pushing the coffers a little. Those are kind of pricey. But he's willing to talk to like the people here and see if he can get you a discount on that. If y'all wanted to purchase,
I'll take it.
Well,
I'll take it, man.
Well, why don't we switch out some of our riding horses for the stuff for the cart?
True. Arnie would also like to get some honey.
That's like
But if we're going to have a code, we don't.
That's
Or
fine.
like some jam. Honey or
If we have it in code, there's no need for 5 horses.
Well,
Yeah.
riding, like being able to ride off and do things, and your cart being someplace like that, you know, and having a campsite and like where you can ride off from, not a terrible idea.
Yeah, honestly, if we could all just kind of do a whip around and get a discount on this stuff, I think probably okay.
He'd be willing. He'd
You
be
guys
willing to
aren't
talk
flat
to him.
broke, right?
You guys could probably get a 20% discount on the actual cost of the draft horses and the wagon.
And what would that total out to?
I would need to grab my book with all the gear in it. So,
And the richest one of us is paying most of it, which means Tasso, you're up.
What? I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
We're splitting the money that we have to pay between all of us, which means that the richest person is most likely going to be paying most of it.
Sure thing, Karl Marx.
Tasso, you're up.
Listen, fellas, we're talking a few hundred gold at most. We're not building a castle here.
Oh, I thought it was like a lot of gold.
So, draft horses are 40 each. So you're looking at 80. So 20% discount off of that. You're looking, what, 64 for two things. What is it? There's carts and there's wagons. It depends on how much you want it to hold. Carts hold a decent amount less than a wagon does. A cart is 100 and a wagon is 200. So you're
like the wagon implies a covered top of some kind.
Right.
Yeah, the bigger the better.
It's bigger. They have the same movement rate. A cart can be pulled by 1 horse or 2 mules. A wagon needs 2 horses or 4 mules to do it. And you can attach up to 4 extra horses or 8 extra mules. So, like, you could do like a big old train. But I'm talking if you wanted a wagon, that'd be what? You get 160.
280.
Plus, yeah. You're
yeah, so it's 224.
224 basically will get you the whole shebang.
For everything?
For the cart and for two draft horses.
Okay. So I'm guessing I'm putting the 240, right?
I mean, if you're swimming in it, if you're not, then I can knock a few coins down.
Well, I will.
Tasso has more than 2,000.
Oh.
No,
Consider it a down payment on future earnings in our scheme.
I'd rather not be spending all of it, but...
Well, Oakenshield, I actually want to do you a favor, I think. If you don't mind financing our little venture here, I have an idea that might help us out, too.
Which is?
Well, pay the man first, and then let's head up the street to the temple here.
Okay, I give them the money.
All right, good man. We'll take those beasts down to the square. Eric the cart man will meet you. Very good. Chop chop.
Eric the cart man.
Eric the cart man. He's on our roster.
He's my bro.
I hate him more and more as time goes on.
That's how hate works.
There are two there are Eric the Cartman and Hagurtha are there. They are both controllable by the people that are basically like kind of their people. So Billy, you have control of Hagurtha, and Eric, you have control of Eric. So
Yep.
Eric the Cartman. He's the one you gave 20 gold to, and he was just like, "I'm rich."
It was 30 gold.
30 gold. I'm sorry. He's even richer.
Arnie is flat broke now. Arnie has 3 gold to his name.
Arnie
Well,
gives
if Eric would like to
us.
continue his misadventures with us, we have a job for him.
Oh, Eric's totally. Eric, whatever Arnie says, Eric is there to do it. He's just like, "Yes, sir. How can I help you today, sir?" So, and Hagurtha, she wants to come with you, and she basically tells you guys, like, when you head out, just let me know, and I'll be there that day, and I'll come with you. But otherwise, she kind of keeps to herself during this week. So, you were saying
Sounds
you wanted
good.
to go to a couple temples, or go to a temple. There's a couple. So, there's Crom, Arcantril, and St. Yig. Those are all in town. So when you're saying temple,
Arnie wanted to go to. Sorry, you go.
Well, so I know Arcantril is goddess of magic. Are they still likely to have your sort of traditional divination or bind type spells and healing, or are they just gonna magic missile everybody that walks through?
they're probably going to have a combination of both.
Okay.
What is it? And Crom's got a battle. A Yig is like your classic kind of good god, paladin-y kind of, good shining god of Lathander-y kind of god.
Yeah. I start seeing crosses and swords, and I start to worry. I'm thinking Arcantril's the way to go first.
Okay. So
Arnie,
Arcantril.
Oakenshield, I have an idea. Follow me.
So Arcantril is also where all of these sages they hired, all the sages are there too. So the Temple of Arcantril is very, very new in town. It's recently constructed. It's by far the newest building. And it also kind of acts as the town library. And, it's got a bunch of sages there and students that are there. They actually operate a small school for young children to go to learn some basic, arithmetic and writing and things like that. So, it's a place of learning. It's like a little tiny college campus all wrapped up into one kind of couple sets of buildings over here, like where 3 is. So a couple little buildings and everything like that. So yeah, that's the vibe you kind of get from the Temple of Arcantril.
I will find an underpaid work study.
There is no lack of those. So you find one standing out front smoking a cigarette. It's just like smoking.
Well, he's on his smoke break. I'm not gonna. It's a sacred ritual. How dare I interrupt it?
Nah, he's cool with it, bro. He's cool.
All right.
With it. You seem like you're cool. You're down.
Oh,
with
there's
it.
scribe. I don't suppose you could point my colleague and I toward. Do you have a chirurgeon or a healer on staff here at the Holy Temple?
Maybe not per se a healer, but we definitely have. What is it? The head sage, Mortimer Stargazer.
Well, he might be able to point us in the right direction at the very least. Do you know when his office hours are?
I'm like, he should be in there right now. Like usually, he spends most days in there. So if you go, he's like, if you go down the hall, hang a left at the Union. He's like, just you'll see his office is right there. It says headmaster.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. Oakenshield, we got lucky. Usually these guys only keep 20 minutes of office hours a week.
That's their thing. They just got to get their service hours done. And that's it.
That's right.
So
Oakenshield, my suspicion here is that I'm wondering if... Well, we'll see if one of these fine sages can cast a spell of divination upon you to identify the exact nature of this poison. Thereby, more we might be able to help you out more expeditiously rather than researching the end. What I mean, we just need more information.
Okay.
So
So
you guys are headed down towards the headmaster's office.
I've got a
And
good feeling about this.
you get there, and there's another, underpaid desk clerk sitting out front of the office at a wooden desk that's a little too small, and they're like, "How can I help you?"
Scribe, we seek an audience with Master Stargazer. Told that he's in, and I
And
guess you do walk-ins, office hours.
may I tell him who is trying to get his audience?
I am Vance Duforay. This is my esteemed colleague, Warrior Oakenshield.
All right, I will. I'll relay the message. Just have a seat. And she points over to a couple very cushy chairs that are across the way.
Cushions.
They pop in. They're all the rage now, cushions. And they come back out, and they're like, he will see you. They look a little surprised, actually, and they kind of gesture you to head on in.
I took a shower today. No big deal.
It's not a thing, you know. Let's see. All players. I'm just adding this guy. So, can you guys see him?
yes.
Unfortunately.
So there you go. That's Sage Mortimer Stargazer. And as you come in, his hair is a little frazzled. He's wearing a long black robe. But you can actually see little, just tiny bits of like stain in it. Like it's one of those things like where, he probably just doesn't care as much about things of that kind of a nature. He seems to be in his head. His room is just full of books, wall to wall, built-in bookshelves everywhere, with a little ladder that runs on a rail that goes around. It's not gigantic, but it's a nice sized room. You're probably talking 15 by 15 or so. So it's a decent sized room, but it's not like, gigantic. And as you come in, he'll stand and he'll, please come in. I've heard about you.
Oh, there, Master Stargazer.
I heard about you from our Lord Viscount. He told us that it's possible that you might be stopping by, and that we should give you all the help that we could possibly do.
Oh, splendid.
What can I do for you today?
Well, Master Stargazer, as I was saying to your scribe out front, my name is Vance Duforay. This is my esteemed colleague, the Warrior Oakenshield. We believe that Master Oakenshield has unfortunately been poisoned by a vile enemy. We know not the nature of this scourge. Hopeful that you may have some sort of spell of divination to aid us to identify what precisely we must do to cure this dire ailment.
That is most foul. What is this? What is this thing that you have been poisoned with?
I believe with dragon's breath.
Oh, that is quite dire. He's like, have you formed the pox yet?
No.
Oh, that's good. That's a very good sign. He's like, can you still bend over and touch your toes? If you could do
Yes.
that before. Well, then it hasn't gotten into your muscles yet.
I do say that I've been drinking mother's milk because I heard it's supposed to be helpful.
Okay, that is good. That is considered part of the remedy, so that would be something.
How many days ago now, Master Oakenshield, was it that you first this poison? Do you recall?
About back a month and a half.
Yeah, that sounds right. So he will. He's like, I have a way to possibly purge any poisons from his body. Let me take a look. And he starts kind of like going. He like pulls a book off the shelf and starts kind of flipping through it. Let's see. That is not exactly what I'm looking for. And he's like flipping. Let me see. And then he's like, I've got an idea. And he will basically go and he's like, please stand up, Master Oakenshield.
I will stand up.
So he starts drawing on the ground with like chalk. He draws a circle and he's like, please step into the circle.
Step in the circle.
He's like, and he starts doing, mumbling some words of magic, and you see him like raise a hand, and like a little decanter will come over to him, and he'll splash some like foul-smelling liquid out onto the ground, and then he'll raise his hand, and another like vial will come over, and it's got something weird and interesting, and then it puffs up into smoke and like fire, and like it's consumed, and he's kind of mumbling words of magic. He's like, I am trying to commune with spirits on the other side, and so that we may ask them questions about your condition.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
He's like, come here. And he's like pointing over to you, Vance. He's like, come. I need help.
Oh, of course.
So basically, you guys...
Ziggy zaggy, oi.
You guys basically stand on either side of the circle, and like you're both like holding up your hands, and he's like, repeat after me, and you start doing the kind of ritual, like and you guys are going through the kind of motions. It takes a while. Like, it takes a good while, like longer than you would expect. We're talking probably a couple hours to totally get the ritual. But you're able to...
I hope you peed beforehand, Oakenshield.
You get your ability to kind of do some divination here. So basically, you can ask... I'm going to have Oakenshield roll it. Roll a D3. That's the amount of questions you're going to get to ask. So just roll a D6 and we half.
Woohoo.
Nice.
Woohoo.
What'd you get? I didn't even see. So, okay. So you can ask 3 questions. They must be yes or no questions. But you can ask any yes or no question, and then so basically the ritual starts to culminate. And you see kind of a the sky, the ceiling, in essence, of the room kind of opens and rips apart a little bit, as if it's to another dimension.
Nice.
And basically, you can kind of you see like the outline of like hazy forms that are basically there, and you hear him say like, "Ask your questions."
Do these specifically have to relate to Shield and the poison? Because now I'm really curious about a few other things.
He just said ask questions, so.
All right. Well, we'll start with one then. What was the name of the poison again? I'm sorry.
Dragon's breath.
Dragon's breath. Question one. Has Thorin Oakenshield been poisoned with dragons?
And you hear like a crack of lightning and like thunder, but the thunder actually sounds like a voice, like, so it's like booming thunder but a voice at the same time, like, no.
All right.
Okay.
Oh man, we got 2 other really good questions now. I wish I'd had time to prepare for this.
It's like you didn't study for midterms.
Oh man, normally I have really good stuff cooked up for this, but this hangover. All right. How about I got a shot here. If somebody else has something they want to ask, feel free to cut me off.
If you guys want to think a little bit, could Arnie and the other crew do something while they're
About
thinking?
kill us.
Yes.
Is that all right, Brian?
Yes, we'll do that. We'll let
Splendid.
Arnie and the other gang A team. We're gonna call you guys A team. They're B team. So A team, what is A team doing?
Arnie wants to go to Crom. Well, first he wants to get honey, and he then wants to go to Crom.
Yeah, you're able to get like a small pot of honey. That can come from the King's store or the Viscount stores.
Yeah, they make meat out of that. Honey's got to be very common.
Yeah, honey's around.
Man, in real life I've been looking for some mead to try, and I cannot find it anywhere. So
you could get it at like liquor stores. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you can get it anywhere if you really want it.
There's a Total Wine.
I went to 2 liquor stores near me, and they both said they didn't have any.
Just go to the Red Fair. There's
really.
much.
Go to the Ren Fair and open your mouth. It'll just kind of happen.
Exactly, yeah.
They even have a thing called a bee sting, if I remember. Isn't that mead and beer put together? But I don't remember. It's been a while.
All right, thank you.
So,
Total Wine should have it.
yeah. But all right, so
Total
you
Wine
guys,
has it.
you wanted to go to Crom, correct? To go to the Church of Crom.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll check out Total Wine.
What are you planning on doing at said? What is it? Church of Crom, Temple of Crom.
So he wants to, talk to the leaders there and see if they know anything about poisons, or if they heard anything about the hobgoblins.
So when you mentioned poisons, they're like, that's a coward's way to fight. No, we don't know anything about poisons beyond the fact that only vile humans use them, or vile people, I guess is what they would say. Vile people use these sorts of things. That's not for us. As for the hobgoblins, their threat is becoming more, but remember, Crom loves battle, and the hobgoblins are, while they're a nuisance to the land, they provide us an opportunity to show ourselves in battle. So the Viscount sent some of our warriors out to see about defending some of the outlying areas. We know that they haven't returned, but they did ask for our blessing before they left.
All right. Well, yeah, Arnie will pray at the altar.
Okay.
Should he donate a weapon or no?
It's up to you if Arnie wants to donate something.
Okay, let's see what he has. All right, does anybody else want to do anything while he looks to see what he has?
Horace, do you have anything in mind?
Huh?
Do you have anything that you need to do, Horace?
Well, I'm making something technically, so
Then you are making something. That's good. I think that's everyone. So what I'm going to do is, go ahead.
Arnie wanted to donate a flask of wine.
Oh,
Here's the flask of wine that he got.
I'll take that.
I can actually make the little thing for the helmet, right? For my helmet.
Yeah, I'll say in the week's time that's something you can definitely do. That's not a difficult thing. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to take like a 3-minute break. Not even that. That'll give you some more time to think about stuff. I'm just out of water, so I have to go get some. Because I'm talking a lot. So I will be back in a couple minutes. If y'all need to run somewhere, go do that for a couple minutes. But this will be a short break. This isn't going to be like a big break.
So, Tazdo, I am fairly certain you did get poisoned because she made you drink something, or she stabbed you with something. And
No. She made me drink something, but then after I drink it,
She said you had to drink the mother's milk, and you had to come
Yeah.
back and keep drinking the mother's milk, or you'd die.
Yes.
Well, why don't you just try not to drink it for a week and see when you start dying?
That's what I was planning on doing.
Yeah.
Well, you got 2 questions, so you could ask one.
Well, the
Of
next
them if you
question.
would.
The next
If you
question
were
I
poisoned.
was thinking
Looks like.
to ask is, did I get poisoned in general?
Yeah.
So if the first question was, did I get poisoned by dragon's breath, which is no, then did I get poison in general? If that's no, that's no. Then I don't really need the third question. So the third question could be,
Are we going to live through this? But
what question should I ask?
So I got up and get a drink.
So what's the last question we should ask?
I have a sneaking suspicion that the Thieves Guild is in league with the Hobgoblins.
yeah,
not for any reason,
it's obvious. It's
Oh,
obvious.
has there been other evidence?
But hey,
No, there hasn't.
Okay, Billy.
But one question, isn't the lady that poisoned me, wasn't she part of the Thieves Guild?
Right, so she's part of the Thieves Guild. The Agartha's buddies that were like running supplies or whatever, and they got ambushed and killed last time we played, were like running guard for the Silver Standard Merchant Company.
Yeah.
But the Hobgoblins like ambushed them and knew they were coming.
The person that poisoned me owns that company that got
right.
robbed.
Yeah,
She
that's
doesn't
why
own it.
She works for them.
Yeah, she works for them.
So that's why, like, that was what I was thinking, is that kind of same.
So,
line.
so you're saying that she's given the Hobgoblins the trade routes, and
and she's got a boss too, right? So I suspect that it goes high. Like, she's some rando in Bogtown. Like, she didn't get that posting because she's good at her job, right?
I'm pretty sure she's like the manager of the store. So
right.
she should know when shipments, or at least coming to her, at least. And
exactly, yeah. And so that's why I suspect that Thieves Guild is looking to turn a profit. And I don't know if they're using the Silver Standard as a front or if they've just infiltrated it. But it, like, the indication seems to be that the Duchy doesn't have a handle on crime in the area, or the town, or of Bog Bottom itself, plus the Hobgoblins. So I'm thinking at least one of these we ask, like, is the Duchy of Eric Thieves Guild in league with the Hobgoblin Invaders, something like that?
Okay, I have a somewhat decent question.
Hit it.
Okay, so you think you could ask these divine ghostly beings if those runes I scrawled down are that bad of news?
I don't think that they're going to want to answer anything about, like, the Dark Gods, man. Like, I hate to keep throwing cold water on you about this rune thing.
Yeah,
but, like,
that's fair.
It probably comes with extra power and also turns you into a tentacle monster.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to ask is, why don't we just ask, do we know the leader of the Hobgoblin?
Like, have we met them?
Yeah.
I think that one dude is like a general or something.
He's a general in the army.
I'm back. All right. Let's see. Oh.
Eric the Cartman and Hugo.
Yeah, that doesn't. I don't know if that narrows it down enough.
So, and that includes Una, also Ulrich. That's
Yeah, but
It
means that
includes
someone we
Forrest
met.
Sherwood.
But it includes like everyone we've met, which
that's
granted,
what we should ask a specific person if we want to ask that.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that something
fine.
general like the Thieves Guild thing is useful because it's it's actionable, right? That's something that like we have an answer now. We can take it to the Viscount and be like, "Bruh, this is a thing." Not like, we met the Hobgoblin leader. It might be Eric the Cartman. I don't like him. I really never trusted the guy. Too convenient for him to be ambushed like that. Like, that's. But like the Thieves Guild is working with them is like enough that maybe he can call his boss for reinforcements or something. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let's jump back in and see what's going to happen here. So when we smash cut back to the Temple of Incantral, you are standing there. The winds are kind of blowing around you inside this room. There's a gaping hole in the ceiling that's cracked into another dimension.
It's just another April day in Duchy.
Just another April day. And so, what are your two questions?
So I think as Vance is pondering the immense responsibility before him, Oakenshield was about to blurt out something.
Okay, Oakenshield, what do you want to say?
So just to make sure, I'm asking the two ones we said before.
I think it's something your character would definitely.
So the first question is, next question is, have I been poisoned in general? Not by any type of poison.
So you're asking, have you been poisoned?
Yes.
I should have led with that one.
And the answer is no. As it booms. Boom.
Uh-oh.
Ta-da.
Then,
So we're gonna
time to kill a Silver Standard employee.
Then the last question, I just want to make sure I get it right. It's Thieves Skills is working with the Hobgoblins,
So
right?
is the Thieves Guild in the Duchy of Eric in league with the Hobgoblin invaders? I think is specific enough.
You hear like the loud booming voice, no.
Huh.
Oh, that surprises me.
Well, that's good to know.
All right, well, that's a red herring we don't have to follow now.
And the ceiling kind of warps back basically into crackles. And Mortimer like kind of looks around and like, okay then. Well, I hope that.
So we just got 3 no's. We learned nothing.
Well,
Well, learn something.
Learned a couple things. You learned 3 things. Well, really, you learned 2 distinct things.
learned 2 things due to poor planning on the part of our heroes, but that's okay. It's just like if we'd rolled a 4 instead of a 6. There's no real loss.
So,
Well, Master Stargazer, I cannot thank you enough for your intercession on our behalf. I know that such an incantation and ritual is far from easy, and to spend such arcane energies for for strangers, I'm in your debt, to be certain.
He's like, He's like, I appreciate that. Yes, it is. It's not the easiest thing to do. It is also limited in the amount of times I can do this. So unfortunately, I will not be able to do this for a while.
Certainly.
For you. He's like, but it is not. It's not beyond you. And like he'll hand you a book, and it's like basically like the book of contacting other planes.
Oh,
Like,
that's what I wanted.
What luck! Nice.
you should totally read up on that.
I certainly.
He's like,
Gods, thank you.
he's like, if you could, and I know your adventuring life's a little dangerous. He's like, but when you're done with it, if you could return it, it is my only copy.
Wait a
You know what?
second.
Hold on to it. I'll get it from you when I have a little more time in town. How about
No, he's like, no.
Wait a
He's
second.
like, you have plenty of time. He's like, go ahead, and he's like, if it's lost, it is Arcantrell's will. But if it is not, then it is not. But it is my job to spread the faith, and the faith is magic.
Well, by the star within a star, I thank you, mister.
Vance,
No,
with
So-
that book.
I'm not calling your tentacle gods. Leave me alone.
No, not that. The mad wizard's ramblings.
So, so Vance, you think you could perform that ritual and do it with studying this book? The big thing is, as you become more powerful as a wizard, it's a lot easier to do, and it's a lot less costly. So basically, you would have to make up for not having a lot of arcane power with like instruments, tools, and
Gotcha.
supplements. So it would be very costly to do this. I'll give you the exact details later.
All right.
But basically, as you go up in level, it'll cost, the material components will be a lot less.
I gotcha.
Because you're going to be fueling it. It's also would take a lot less time. Like, you think it would probably, to do this on your own, would probably take you somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 12 hours. Like, to do a ritual. Like, it would take, like, a long time to get this ritual off. And you would probably burn through, at this point, because you're so low level, you would probably burn through at least 1,000 gold worth of, like, components and things.
Plus, I got to talk to that Herbalife guy about getting zinc supplements. Ugh.
Right, and then you got to take some B12. To be able to
It's
stay
just the
up.
hangover's terrible.
So yeah,
Well, good to know.
and you know it'll take a lot. Yeah, it'll take a big toll on your body. Like, you'll probably be out of commission the next day. So it's not something you can do on the fly, but it is something that you might be able to do with some preparation.
Well, if it comes to that, certainly.
So that is it. You can
Well, Oakenshield,
you can call it the ritual of communion. So
all right, got it.
You have knowledge.
Do
of.
some transubstantiation.
Yeah.
Great.
hey, Wine, I do want give Mr. Stargazer a 3 gold tip.
All right.
Why don't you make a
that
donation on
might
the way
be a
out?
bit offensive, giving that low a tip.
Hey, it's something.
He's like, donation box is at the entrance if you wish to make a donation. We're actually taking any money as a scholarship so that we can find bright young students that are within the town, and we can give them an education and possibly have them do some of the mystical arts someday.
I'll go leave it at the donation box then.
Oh, splendid of you.
That would be impressive.
Can't run a country without clerks.
Right. See?
I mean, it's like 3 months' wages for a common laborer, so you're...
You just tried to tip a dean. You're just like, hey, man, that's for you.
Hey, this is for you, Doc.
Yeah, I think that might be nearly as offensive as Arnie trying to give 30 gold to a woman who's mourning her friend.
You guys you got to make sure you only tip the poors, just like in real life.
So, it's not
Alright.
it's not tipping.
Well, that was
I
very
believe.
generous of you, though.
It's
Oakenshield.
over tipping. So, yeah, he just
Some
took
poor
that
young
out.
scholar will be able to afford candles now.
he will definitely take that as your dwarvenism. Like maybe this is a dwarven thing. A dwarven.
But on the bright side, you're cured. No more of that weird white stuff you've been drinking.
Woohoo!
Now you just gotta figure out what that is. Yeah, what have you been drinking?
A thing called multiple.
That is a very good question. Probably a thing called milk.
It's just a regular milk the whole time. Except at this point it's a month old.
Just spoiled milk.
Yeah, he's just been drinking spoiled milk.
This one is fresh. This is fresh.
You've never seen like a cow in Bogtown. They've got a bull, but not a cow. So.
Oh, wait a second.
I tell you what, why don't we meet back at the tavern, Oakenshield, and ales on?
Sure.
All right, so y'all are able to kind of tavern it up. You guys do that. It's kind of your final night in town before you're planning on setting out the next day. So everyone kind of does a little boozing, little things, because you're headed back into the wilds the next day. So I will update it. Let me just do... Boop. So it's April 10th, 7 a.m. What is y'all's plan?
Well, previously, I guess if everybody's like, all right, tomorrow's the day, we're heading out, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the agreement that the GM's saying is. That's kind of what's happening.
So I'm assuming.
Now, where you go when you leave is up to y'all, but
right.
Okay.
Go out into the world and
do
adventure.
one of two things. There's one of two things we can do. We can either go to the Barrowmaze and, explore there, or we can go back to the Stonehell.
We're going to Stonehell.
Okay.
Like, we might be under level, but we are going to kill off these hobgoblins.
Well, so Stonehell is where we started off, where I was captured, and that's where the hobgoblin is, right?
Yeah.
It's also kind of what you've been tasked with,
right?
Because you were like, you got a patron because he was like, hey, I really need someone to go find these hobgoblins, and at a minimum report back to me where there are. At a maximum, it would be great if you took them out.
Yeah. So.
Well,
but I'm not.
Thought the hobgoblins wasn't like right here on the bridge.
It was on the bridge.
Yeah.
And
one
they played the one in this way, correct?
Right.
No, they're going like this way and then like over here, I think.
Something.
Okay.
You do know Vance escaped from their den. Like they had a place that they took people. And he escaped from it. He doesn't exactly remember where it's at because Stonehell is just kind of a labyrinth on top of a labyrinth on top of a labyrinth. But you have a theory that they're there. That you also spotted them in the Kobold Town. There were hobgoblins coming in.
Well, there's things I would consider. Honestly, we know where the main entrance to this Stonehell is, but if it really is carved into the mountain for layer upon layer upon dungeon upon dungeon, there are no doubt many entrances and exits. The hobgoblins have to be getting supplies in somehow if they're not vast underground mushroom farms or something. I don't. To feed an army, it takes logistics. So there must be trails that they're using or some kind of signs that we can spot to track them down. It also occurs to me that there's these bandits plaguing the forests around there. They might know something if we parlay with them. So there's a few ways we can approach this.
there is something else we can do to pretty much kill everything.
Sleep and Arnie backstab.
But I can only do it once.
Nah.
What were you
We're talking
thinking,
about the
Oakenshield?
Infinity Gauntlet with all those runes from the Elder Gods.
Okay. Well, I was thinking we need to find the one of two things: the food supply or the water supply.
And what, poison it?
Yes.
I thought you were a dwarf.
They've poisoned the water supply.
Well, I would be wary. While I agree with your strategic thinking, Master Oakenshield, Vance will intone with a raised eyebrow. I worry that poisoning whatever water table feeds this cavern, this mountain,
Yeah.
number one, risks poisoning the entire valley.
Yeah.
But number two, if there are other settlements and things down there, deep down, even big towns, like you say, but don't want to kill them necessarily. I mean, maybe. Anyway, seems kind of a scattershot way of approaching the issue. But I think tracking down their food supply and cutting it off somehow. I'm all about raising a field. The old salt the earth, whatever it takes. Can disrupt their supply lines. That's something that a small of dowdy heroes can do rather than stand up face-to-face combat with 400 angry hobgoblins. So I think you're on the right
We
track.
could do it.
Well, we could also poison the food supply.
I think that we need to get off the poison track, though. It costs a lot
Yeah.
of money.
Can we stop with the poison?
I'm not a poisoner. I mean, I could read about it, but you get it in the wrong gland or something, and then you're poisoned, and then we got to go back to the split in the sky thing. I'm just finding the food and burning it down is probably a much more strategic choice to make. I think you're on the right track with that.
I do want to point out and grab one poison vial in my bag and kind of go, well, it's right here.
One vial will not poison like an entire supply of food.
Yeah, but I do have 3, which is going to be something.
That's probably enough to kill like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And we're talking about feeding hundreds of demi-humans here, I think.
That's 10 less of them.
Are
No,
you in Beargar?
we're
On
not
your mother's side?
poisoning. Let's get to the mountain.
Listen, we can talk about this on the road. Come, saddle up, boys.
Okay.
All right. So you guys have horses now, so you can make actually pretty decent time. So Kiklop.
With Hagurtha and Eric in tow,
Yes.
our misadventures continue.
All right. So that's good. Yeah, Hagurtha's got a mare as well, or a horse. And what is it? And Eric the Cartman takes up his role in driving said cart. All right, and then Kiklop. Kiklop, do you guys want to stop in Bogtown, or do you just want to keep going? Right now, it's probably
Never again.
up, 2 o'clock-ish.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then Kiklop.
Wait, I just realized what we forgot to do. I just realized we forgot something.
What'd you forget?
What?
The guards. That's supposed to protect the guard.
Oh, man.
That's fine.
I said we'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so
Let's just go.
you can go to Bogtown and try to recruit some guards.
Well, I was trying to move the story along, but yeah, is there any chance that we can get a couple of steely-eyed mercenaries to watch our crap while we're down in the hole?
We'll say that you guys are able to. They charge 3 gold a day for guards.
How many can we get?
We just need probably 2 guys with crossbows.
How many can I specifically get with my 18 charisma?
let me get high the gold since I'm a high level, and then we can get higher level NPCs.
No, wait.
That's
What
not
level
100%
are
how it
you?
works. So they are. What is it? You can get 3 guys. 3 dudes who will guard your stuff. They come with chainmail, a spear, and a shield, and a crossbow. And they are level 0, guards.
Yeah, I could hire 3 of them. Okay.
So 3 dudes will come with y'all on this rockin' adventure. So they will guard your stuff, but they will not head into said caverns or anything like that. But they will guard your things.
Yeah. I can name them, right?
As long as it's reasonable, then yes.
Ori, Dory, and Nori.
Don't I already have those as my names for the dwarves? But we'll, that's fine. All
Do you have them as the names for the dwarves?
Well, the one dwarf's name is Snorri, for sure. I know that. Snorri Broadshoulders. So, I do know that for sure. All right, so you guys are back in the valley.
Back again.
Back again. Where are y'all headed? So, because there's lots of...
we can get the cart through here, right?
Yep, it's big enough for the cart. Is big enough, to get everything through. Actually, no, because the portcullises are down and mangled, so you can't get a cart through it, and they're stuck because they're mangled. Over here? But you could, there's 2 spots around that you can navigate the carts around, so that's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. Why don't we navigate them through there?
Yeah, you can theoretically.
Have you guys been up into these mysterious spots?
Yes, they have. 10 down here, well, number 12, that's specifically the room where all those evil writings on the wall were that he took the rubbing of. That's it. It's 12.
Yeah, we'll go by that.
Yeah.
Bring a bomb with us next time.
And then...
maybe 2 bombs, just to be sure.
2 really big bombs. But at this point...
Well, I mean, over here, we're undead. So,
It's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Well, with a name like Barrowmaze, I really think we should probably not dig too far or too deep.
This is the Barrowmaze. This is Stonehell.
This is Stonehell.
Oh, this is all Stonehell.
This is all Stonehell. Barrowmaze is a completely different, super mega dungeon.
Well, with a name like Stonehell, I just get the feeling we shouldn't dig too far or too deep. We can avoid it.
Good call.
Hey,
just a feeling.
We already in hell. I don't think we can get any deeper.
Famous last words.
It's got a point.
Okay, so where are we leaving the cart? Are we leaving the cart right outside of one of the this G right here?
Yep.
Well, let me ask you all how far is it from this fortification to the entrance, so to the actual dungeon? Because I remember we went by like a copse of trees and there was some mystery stuff.
It's next spring over.
Yeah, it's not too far. It's within visual range. Like in each of these squares is 10 feet. So
okay.
So it's there. So it's within visual. It's a little ways off, but yeah, it's not too bad.
So I hate to keep asking so many questions, guys. I'm sorry, but so this has been cleared out though, the wall.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, we cleared it out completely.
Everything but one room.
Besides Dead Man, who keeps on throwing bones at us, but
Yeah. He threw Arnie's love letter back at him, so Arnie doesn't like him.
Burned.
So,
So the thing to do might be if we can set up camp in one of the upper levels here, where they'll be able to command a view both of the valley and out, keep a low profile, watch
Where
over
will they-
stuff, right?
Where
They
would
can-
they keep the horses then?
yeah, they can theoretically. There's an access to the top of this wall, and they could take up position on top of the wall and just tie up everything kind of where the party token is right now, and then they can keep an eye on it from up there.
Keep a profile, and then it'll just be a few hundred feet if we need to haul supplies, come back and rest, eat, shave, mend our capes.
We're
Like an omelet.
definitely gonna turn this into a base when we get the chance.
You can.
But for now, it'll serve.
So, as you guys are kind of setting up camp and everything, you do notice the rather large bear over here standing at the mouth of his cave. He's just kind of like sniffing the air and looking over towards y'all.
From where at?
Arnie would like to mix the poison fit to knock out a bear in the honey.
How convenient.
Okay.
I said, why use the poison for that?
Arnie,
Specifically bear poison.
Drag home a bear. He wants to drag home a bear and have a bear as a pet.
So
yeah, you're correct. So I'll mix up the poison and the honey, but I'm not gonna give it to the bear yet
okay, that's fine.
because I don't know how I'm gonna get the bear.
Do you
But I got
guys,
the poison.
when you guys get ready to go, are you taking whatchamacallit, Eric the Cartman with you, or are you leaving him behind?
We're leaving him here.
Leaving him, he only has 4 health. So
Yeah, Eric and our as yet to be named adventuring guards will hang out
he's
with
pretty
us.
strong though. He's pretty strong.
Hey, how beefy is Hagertha? What level is she?
She's just level 1, but
She's
you
a
know,
level 1 fighter.
gentleman never asks and a lady
Oh,
never
she's a
tells.
fighter, not a. She's a fighter, not a barbarian.
Yeah, she's a fighter.
That's stereotyping her people.
Yes.
Well, I mean, considering how she was acting,
She was a pissed off fighter. So
I don't think barbarians are in OSR.
they are.
They are? Oh wow. Okay.
They're as much in it as half orcs. So,
All right. Very true. Very
Half
true.
in, half out.
so same book. So
Arnie stands corrected.
So yeah, there are barbarians. They're not a lot like modern barbarians though. They're like older D&D barbarians are more like Conan, less like battle ragers. So if you ever read Conan stories, they're more like, I know shit about the woods and I'm a pretty good fighter. So that kind
Really
of,
good at climbing.
really good at
Yeah.
like climbing and jumping and stuff like that. So
And catching flying snakes.
yeah,
Punching horses.
punching camels.
Is it a camel? Yeah, it's been a while.
I think he does a camel in one and a horse in the other. So I think it's both.
okay, let's go ahead before we run out of time.
Yep. All right. So,
So
where are you?
cautiously forward.
So you're headed to the next map. I will drag you over to the next map.
So we had been accosted by the bandits
Yes.
somewhere around here, yes?
Yes, and
Right.
they know where the bandits' lair is. They
Oh, really?
have not done anything about that yet. They went up there.
It's up the cross trek.
Yeah, up the path here.
It's up the route down.
I do want to actually look at this forest area over here.
Right. Magic forests.
So do you
I
guys
think that
actually
is a good idea.
want to go over there and take a look at it?
Yeah,
Young cops.
I do
Go
want
over.
to stand right on the outside of it, just to kind of like.
Just to kind of get a feel for it. So you standing
Yeah.
outside of it,
Yeah.
like it looks like a copse of trees. Like it's just it's there, and you know, it smells like trees.
I
It
notice
looks like
anything?
trees. It's blowing in the wind like trees.
Let us approach carefully, friends, shall we?
All right. Do you
Go
guys?
in.
Is everyone going in? Or are you sending someone in as like a test subject?
Arnie kind of wants to. Yeah, Arnie kind of wants to stay back just a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Like he wants to slow down, follow the group, but be
How
at
about
the
this?
back.
Be like 10 feet behind.
Who's going in? Who's going in first? Let's go with that.
I'll go in.
Like me too.
All right.
Okay.
If
So
nobody would have gone in, Arnie would have gone in. But,
So the
yeah.
two dwarves are headed in. They're like, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. They start heading in.
Noble Thondon.
How about I just shoot my cross launcher at one of the trees?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Maybe there's a reason they're hiding.
So, well, you're like getting your cross launcher ready as the dwarves walk in. So as soon as they cross kind of the threshold, basically of where that copse of trees is, they disappear, and they kind of blend in basically, and they like kind of they radically change and look like trees.
Wait, so
Arnie wants to.
Do they turn into dwarf ents?
No. I'll say this.
Arnie would
both,
like to follow them.
whatchamacallit, Oakenshield and Thondon, you don't notice anything. Like, you walk in and you're like, all right. Like, you go in, and when you walk into the area, you kind of look around, and you don't see a forest anymore.
what do we see?
It's like flat land.
So, okay.
Do we see the rest of the party behind us?
Yeah, they're right there. They're just looking at y'all, but they're looking at you kind of like they've got weird scrunched up faces.
Thondon, Thorin.
I'll be like, come on, guys, let's go. What are you guys waiting on? Christmas?
You
It's
can hear them.
in a week. It's a couple days. Oh, you can't hear them?
No, they can. You guys can hear him like yelling at you, like, "Hey guys, come on!" You can hear him. You don't see him.
Yeah, I'll walk in.
I suspect that we may be victims of some sort of phantasmal terrain.
What is it, Naruto?
No, it's specifically now that you're kind of Vance is kind of like seeing it. You've heard rumors of this. It's not really part of whatchamacallit, classical magic is what I would say. But you have heard of druids that have the ability to do things. And I guess magic users can do it at really high levels. It's called mass morph. You can do a mass morph where like you literally turn armies into trees. And they look like trees.
Literally the next one on... My
I
word.
feel-
Wait a minute. Turn armies into trees.
It can conceal huge amounts of soldiers with it.
Yes, the Hobgoblin leader is probably like his test run of what he's gonna do to invade the capital.
So the spell persists even after the people that were hidden depart, though.
Normally, that is not an effect. So you know from like magic-y stuff, like this should have faded away, and it hasn't.
Am I able to... Is there a way to get a feel for how old this spell is, or if it's like cast hundreds of years ago by the, are there some sort of like waystones or something that the permanent effect is anchored to, like that kind of thing?
I would say, go ahead and give me an intelligence check. This is where intelligence checks can come in useful.
Adequately smart.
So,
I hope.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Inadequate, as always. Real good ideas, no execution.
You want me to try it?
you're not 100%. This is magic user stuff, so that's why he's getting. If it was cleric-y stuff, I'd be giving it to you, but it's magic user. It's a straight magic. What is it? You're unsure whether this is ancient. This could have been cast. You know, at least wasn't. It was here
a week ago.
yeah, like a week ago. So, and they've been coming here longer than that. It's been here every time you guys have been here. So it's been here at least since like early March, and now it's like going on late April.
Ooh. I do want to point out, though, could it be, something to do with a dwarven ruin sink in the lake?
That's pure speculation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we interact with the illusion, though, if there were other people in it, we'd be able to see them, I suspect.
Well, we can see each other right now, so I would assume yes.
Well, we haven't been murdered yet, so that's another good sign.
Yeah.
Afraid that this particular mystery will remain unsolved for today. I have some ideas about tools I might be able to acquire to investigate further. Require some time, no doubt. But whatever we're up against, this is indeed... Well, now that I think of it, though, the hobgoblins captured me to teach them magic. Ergo, they probably don't have a whole lot of magic. Therefore, this is certainly beyond me, and therefore beyond them. So, at least on the hobgoblin front, I'm gonna think we're safe.
Unless the hobgoblin leader is not a hobgoblin.
Yeah, well, we can't really know, but I'm inclined to think that it's probably their swords we have to worry about more than their expert ability to read complex sentences. So is there anything else in here, just an open field? Can we kind of give it a sweep?
Yeah, you can take a look, but it's just an open field. So
Okay.
it's completely, the trees and everything for the most part are completely illusory. And it makes it just look like this, like I said, yeah, like a copse of trees. And then when people step into it, they tend to look like a tree.
Interesting.
And we can see over to the other side, and we can see throughout the entire forest in air quotes.
So yeah, in essence, yeah, you can see once you're in it, you can kind of see out of it.
Do we notice anything in the forest?
No, like I said, it's not it's not a real forest. Once you're in it, it's just flat ground.
All right.
I mean, if that's true, we can use this as a base now.
Oh yeah, no, it's because the other guys know about it.
So
Those red guys know about it.
Can we look? Is there anything in this section that we notice at all, or no?
No, nothing in particular.
We can kill them and then use this.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll back ever so slightly something that I said because I looked the spell up again just to make sure. So it would not be unusual for this to be here for aeons and aeons and aeons. It's a permanent effect. So it's a permanent unless dismissed. So it would not for you for magic like this would not be something that would be completely unusual.
Right. Okay.
Let's go kill those bandits people.
So this could have been used by someone before. Sorry, Tazo. I'm sorry, Tazo. Keep going.
Let's go kill those bandits. Then.
We could even try to talk to them, maybe. They know the area better than us, and I'm sure they can't be happy about the hobgoblins horning in on their territory. Maybe make friends out of them.
They've already shot me multiple times in the knee, specifically with arrows.
Well, how many of them have you killed?
like 5.
Well, it sounds like a debt paid with interest to me. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, certainly.
I think they will hate us too much to become a temporary truth.
I mean, you exploded the head of one of them. Like,
Right, and I'm still willing to talk to them.
It's
Listen,
no-
you all know better than I do. If you don't think it's a good idea, then
it's
We can try
not
the
a good
other way.
idea
Yeah,
at
this
all.
was then. This is now.
It's a good plan.
We have a problem.
It's a good plan. Just might not work with that particular group.
So we did find the town, and we did pay off the leader of the town. So we know pretty much the leader of the marketplace and the leader of the town in the stronghold.
would be a good place to start then.
Okay, if y'all want to head in, you can.
Yeah, let's head in. I actually want to see if I can buy something from the town.
So Arnie would just like to say, number 4, there was like a den of 4 adult wolves and 4 cubs.
No, we are not giving you a baby wolf.
Druid Arnie over here.
No, we are not giving you a baby wolf. You already have a snake.
Arnie just wants friends. He just wants.
You've got several friends, Arnie. It's the friends you made along the way.
Oh yeah, that's the true friend.
Sometimes it's the snakes you make away.
So, all right. So I assume you guys are headed into here, correct?
Straight to the danger zone.
Yeah.
Have we been able to decipher what it says on top of C?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. It says, "Beware all who enter these benighted halls of stone. Within lies no solace, nor any comforts of home. Toiling from our crimes, we must dig where we dwell, with no freedom or mercy in our vast stony hell."
Nice.
Catchy.
Pleasant.
Nice
there.
working poem.
So,
Before we take the plunge here, boys, do a light check. Torches, lamps, that sort of thing.
I'm just okay. So, Ryan, how much lantern fuel did we say the headlamp has?
it works.
Is it like
it
a quarter or a half?
It works just like a lantern, but you
Oh,
don't,
so it literally is a lantern.
it's literally a lantern. It's just you don't have to use your hands for it,
Okay.
which is a pretty big advantage.
I got 2
Yeah.
torches and a lantern.
Well, so much lantern oil do we have between us then? I mean, we're talking about descending into these benighted halls type thing. I'm thinking we may need more than like 2 torches.
Is that bug thing still working?
No, the bug thing is dimmed out over the past week, so it's gone now.
Arnie, you can eat that if you want.
Arnie takes it, but he doesn't eat it. So it's a burnt out light bug gland.
Yes,
Yeah, dim bug orb.
yeah, it's still got a ever so faint glow to it. Like it's like those glow sticks you get at Halloween, and after like 2 or 3 days, how they still have the barest tinge of glow to them, but they're pretty much dead. That's what it looks like.
I have 8 things of oil. I'm fine for a long while.
Have 2 torches and 5 flasks of oil.
We ought to be all right then.
Yeah. Plus, there's that like motley town that we went down in the dungeon or whatever tunnels.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, onward to glory.
Yeah, I'm gonna flick on that headlamp.
Okay, so the lamp is on.
Oh, genius.
Arnie also has some oil if you guys need to use it. He has 2.
Yeah.
So you guys are
Why don't we
descending.
just have one lantern on? Like,
Yeah.
You guys
also,
are.
who wants a lantern?
Most of us can see in the dark. Also, well, Arnie can see in the dark.
They're the only important.
Hey, Vance. Do you want this extra lantern that I have?
Brought one of my own, in fact, so let's hold on to that one. We might be able to chuck it at someone in an emergency. You never know.
Okay, so how long does oil last?
I think it's
4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So it's 4 p.m. now is the time that you guys are going down. So the lantern's going to last until 8 p.m. So descending the stairs takes you about 20 minutes to get down because it's pretty. It's deep. It's about 100 to 120 feet down those stairs. So probably 10 minutes, not 20. We're gonna say 10.
Plus, we've been down here before, right?
Yeah, you've been down here before, but still, it's just going down the stairs. It's like Ghostbusters. Like, tell me when we get to 26, I'm gonna puke.
I'm gonna throw up. Yeah.
So, you're pukey, but yeah, going down it's a lot easier coming up though. All right, and then here's kind of where you're at and what you know. So this is all the stuff that you've recorded, basically. And you got down on the map, and you know for sure where this stuff is.
Yeah.
So let me. 13 is a marketplace, correct?
No.
13 on that map. So each map resets. So the numbers aren't gonna stay consistent.
13 is the spider room.
13 is that hall that's filled with cobwebs.
The Great Eastern Silk Dragon. That's where it lives.
Yes.
Let's light those cobwebs on fire and see what's over on the walls.
How about we come down this hallway again and not step on the pressure plate that drops us into spikes, just so that we can map this little area out down here.
Very true.
Well, so just as a recap, cannibals.
Oh yeah,
I think we're here.
Yeah.
And cannibals.
And the double cannibals.
Yeah.
Cannibals are probably dead because the zombies ate them.
Right. So
Yeah, there are now zombies, which
So
are still
then-
cannibals.
Yeah, well, that works.
ghost room.
So real quick, just so we all get on the same labeling like thing. So if you want to ask me questions, we're gonna call this level SH Level 1A.
Okay.
So this map is SH Level 1A. So that way, if you're like, I need what was room 7 again? I'm gonna be like, which map? Like, so that way I know. What
Fair
we're
enough.
talking about.
Why don't you in one of the handouts, have the map that we at least explored with a little description for us to
celebrate. This holiday is There's 0 fees.
I have the map. I'm like writing down the map.
You know what I'm saying? In the handout section in roll 20,
What about
A
it?
handout. Which handout?
would it be possible if we could just add like a little map section with like a description of each room? So we.
I mean, if somebody wants to write it out.
I'll add it.
Okay.
I can remember the descriptions of the rooms.
I'm gonna call it map notes. And everyone.
This is a scorched area with all the burnt bodies. This is a snake pit. These are undead. This is cobwebs. And this is that orc place.
So under handouts, there's now map notes, and everyone should be able to edit it if they want, or if they want to add a note to it or whatever. So it's there.
Alright.
I'll let you all do what you want with it.
If someone
So,
could
what
if
direction
someone
are
could
you
remove-
planning to head?
let's go up to where C is and
Well-
explore.
First, how about we just map out this area again? Because, we've been down here. We know what's down there. Why not just map it out and get it over with?
Well, there's this room over here and room over here that we haven't been to.
This way over here is to a dragon. We are not going to a dragon.
How about up north?
Well, it was called the Dragons. It was called the Dragons.
We have these 3 that we could go in first that we haven't gone in yet.
Let's go here then.
Okay. All right. So y'all are going up.
And
here.
we haven't gone down here. Just so
Yeah.
you guys know.
Where are these here's? Let's say the numbers.
Below 1 to the left.
All right, cool.
My
My roll is delayed, so.
we've gone below 1 to the right, which is where, that one-way door was.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what is above 1?
So just as a rule, whoever's in front should be tapping with their 10-foot pole.
Doing a little tapping.
So that we, so if you don't have a 10-foot pole, I will provide you with one.
I got one.
So
so that we can not fall into pressure plate and collapse floor traps generally.
It's not a guarantee that a tap will do it, but there is a percent chance. Yes. So walking order, I'm going to assume it's normally the same as the 2 dwarves are up front, because that tends to be the strategy you use. Who's going where after that? So you can go two abreast is basically what you can do down these halls.
Arnie can be.
I guess I'm behind the dwarves with Arnie, and then Vance, you want to be in the back?
Hagertha and I will take up the rear guard.
Okay. So basically, it is Oakenshield, and then next to him is Thondon, and then behind them is Horace, and then next to Horace is Arnie. Is that correct? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And then in the rear is Agertha and then Vance. Not Wance, but Vance.
Lance is my brother.
He was willy good.
He's a jerk.
So, all right. So that's our good walking orders that we have there. Cool. So you guys walk up. There is a door in front of you. It is made of wood, and it is there to do whatever you would like with.
All right, we need a chant going. We need a chant going. Arnie.
Hold on. Should I kind of whisper, should I yell out to the door to see if anything responds?
Knock on it.
We can listen at it first. Arnie's really good at listening at the door.
Let's start with that, shall we?
First.
Okay. So you guys are Arnie's gonna listen at the door.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have multiple people listening at it.
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah, everybody's.
Then we all fall through at once.
So roughly 2 people can listen at the door.
Yeah.
I'll get the other person then.
Okay, yeah, demi-humans generally have a better chance of listening than humans do. That's just,
Arnie with his no ears.
genetics. All right, and
Hey.
one more. Oh, I'm rolling them. You don't, because you don't know if you fail or don't fail.
Okay.
On a listen
all
roll.
right.
So both of you gotta put your ears up to the door. You do your listening and everything like that. You don't think you hear anything on the other side of the door.
Is it unlocked?
You jiggle the thing, and it appears to be unlocked.
No.
Let's go in, I guess.
Yeah,
Or
I guess I'll open the door. Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute. Maybe Arnie wants to kick the door down or blast the door or whatever.
Arnie wants to break it.
Yeah. I knew it.
Hi.
Okay, break it. If you break it, you can.
We might need door.
You definitely break the door down with a
All right.
This might be somebody's house.
with an extremely large boom that kind of echoes, the door kind of gets smashed in as they're basically you start like cranking on it hard. Let's see. Okay, and let me reveal said area. So you open the room. The room appears to be incredibly burnt. So there's soot all over the walls. There's a bunch of like furniture that's in here. So like an old couch. There's some chairs and a table, and they've all been like pretty severely charred. And there's a smell of just smoke in the room. It's not active. It's not actively hot or anything like that. Like it just happened. But the room smells of like smoke and like, you know, if you've ever been to a place that's been kind of burned out or something like that. It's got that kind of old smoky smell.
I'm going to say, Barney, what did you do?
So I say, I guess a demon would really in here, if you know what I mean.
Well, looks like no one's home.
Ryan, does this show the same evidence of like explosive fire magic that we saw in the previous room with like ghost horror playback?
It doesn't look like explosive. It looks like maybe a fire was set in here.
Yeah, it's not the same as what happened in 7.
So it doesn't look like there's a detonation point. It just looks like things burned. So someone might have brought oil in here. Maybe there was stuff in here before, papers, linens, that they set on fire, and there's just not a lot of it left because it burnt up. But that's more of what you're looking at.
Think we can search through the soot?
Yeah, I'm talking if you want to look at soot, sure.
I mean, there might be something underneath all the ashes and stuff.
It's mostly,
Arnie wants to go and look.
it's soot on the walls. So it's just like, you know, you can draw on it with your finger, but it's not like it's concealing things for the most part.
Okay. Never mind then.
Arnie wanted to go ahead and look or listen at the door at 4, or to the right of 4.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go ahead and go over there and start listening? Alrighty, so...
Just the other door of the room we just went in.
All right, you put your ear up to the door and start listening. Anyone doing anything else while Arnie's doing this? It'll take him some time.
I'm doing the same thing.
Okay.
Just a kind of cursory look through whatever the debris is. If I can sort of poke at it with my staff, and I don't want to touch anything. So it's hard to get out of your hands, but to see if anything jumps out at me.
Yeah, you're like poking around and everything.
Watch behind us.
Okay, keep and watch behind is a very good idea. So you're doing some poking and everything like that. Nothing really appears like useful, basically, in the room for the most part.
Some other dowdy group of heroes, no doubt, made it here before us. So it goes.
So you listen at the door. You don't perceive anything else at the door, basically. So you don't perceive to hear anything.
Arnie, do the honors.
You're damn right, Arnie.
We have to keep going through this.
Bonk.
Boom! Door gets kicked open, loud. It echoes through the hallways.
Like, again and again, we go through this.
So Arnie doesn't necessarily want to open them if he doesn't have to anymore, since the noises are a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing you could think about.
So,
but on the other hand, doors. He wants to break them down.
Is all right here broken down to 5?
No
because
more
that's how the zombies came through.
So what is it? This looks like a bedroom. So it looks old. I'm sorry. No. Sorry. wrong room. This is a fest hall. So this was like a place where a lot of people ate. You see some torn tapestries all over the wall. There's a couple battered shields that are on the ground that are splintered and cracked. And there's a bunch of there's a long dining table in the middle with a bunch of chairs and everything that have been kind of turned over, and they're old and cracked and rotted and things like that. But it's an old fest hall.
Whoever's writing these things down in the map notes, thank you very much.
So what you're saying is that
No
this
thanks.
wall is not broken down with zombies going to 5?
It's possible. You don't know where those zombies came from.
But
Can we kind of look? Let's see. Is there anything kind of unusual about this room?
Nothing per se. Like I said, it's just kind of a, whatchamacallit, a fest hall.
do the shields have any insignias on them, or what do the torn tapestries have on them?
So the tapestries are from an old kingdom. You guys know that this place used to be run by a king. I'll say in your research you've seen his symbol, and this is it. The tapestries have that hanging on it, and so did the shields. They're emblazoned with his crest.
How much do you think that would go for?
These are all rotted and broken.
Yeah, okay, never mind then.
Let's move on.
Arnie sees a door.
Okay.
Arnie,
Carefully,
I thought you said you were going to
maybe
stop
undead.
breaking them in.
So are you listening, kicking? What are you doing here?
Listen.
He wants to listen, yeah. Wait, is there anything in room 3? Have we looked through it thoroughly?
I'll look through it. I'll look through it. If someone wants to stand guard and watch our backs.
Me and Arnie listen to doors. Someone listens, watch our back, and someone looks through the room.
Yeah, I'll search through everything.
Okay. You'll start going through. There's nothing really of import. Like I said, mostly just ruined stuff. You got to figure that a lot of these places, this is the first set of doors right outside of the staircase. So adventurers have probably come through here many, many times and kind of plundered a lot of the stuff that's here. So you're really just looking for stuff they might have missed. So you go up to the door. You're listening at the door. Once again, you don't think you hear anything that's there.
Oh, this is the door to here. It's probably going to the room that this door goes to.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Is there kind of like a key hole I can look through?
No, these doors are just open. They don't have locks on them. These specifically.
Let's just open it. Let's just open it.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay, you're gonna open the door. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you open the door, and yes, it does connect around. It appears to be a kitchen. So it's
Is this where the zombies came from?
It's a kitchen that whatchamacallit, it's been turned over a couple times, like I was describing. It's been people have been in and out of it. It's got a lot of smashed crockery, rusty utensils. It smells gross. There's a sink pump there, that they drew water from, and kind of put it into basins and things like that. And there's a small little place in the corner for where they would do a fire.
Could I?
How terribly domestic.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Could I see if the stove has been used recently? If I could
It's
do that.
yeah, it's an old fashioned tiny oven. So So it's more like where you would hang like crockery above it to heat.
Okay.
And you go and feel on it. I'm talking, at least hasn't probably been used in the last day. So it's cold. It doesn't look like there's much like ashes or anything in there beyond, like, they're older is what I would say. Like the ashes are not like fresh.
I just realized I forgot to specify, but my spells.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to specify what I have.
All right, tell me what you have. The normally, I have your what I call your set spells, and like those are what I use if we don't. That's what I assume you are going to have. If you do not tell me.
I think for my second level, I'm gonna have you know what? Let me have Blight.
Okay, so you have a Blight, and then you have the rest. I was mistaken on Bless. I totally goofed that one. So what is it? Billy wrote me about it, and yeah, he's right. So you do cast Bless on an area, but the people don't have to be in the area for you to get for them to get the. They have to be in the area to get the bonus initially. So you have a 20 by 20, I think, is the square, the footage.
Oh,
so basically you're like, I bless all these people in this area, and then they can go off and do whatever they want for the duration of the spell, and they get the bonuses. Which is, I should know that. An hour. I've played enough D&D in my day to know that's generally how bless works, but I'm just stupid. So yeah, that was dumb. But that'll be the same thing with Blight. So you can cast it on a group of enemies and boom, all y'all are blighted, and then that'll be the way it works.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think my first level are just going to be 2 Cure Light Wounds and 2 Protection from Evil, like always.
Okay, good to go. And
then let's go for heal then.
All right.
Next.
So
yeah. We also have to go over here as well because we haven't explored that area.
What are these here's?
Below 1 to the right and then to the left.
Okay.
So
there's one.
There's an archway here. That's the universal map symbol for the archway. This is still one of those fanged ogre archways, and a door just beyond it.
Okay. I want to go up to the archway and look at the walls and the ceiling to see if there's anything on the walls and stuff.
Oh, so you're kind of looking to see if there's anything unusual about the fanged ogre's mouth?
Yeah.
Okay, you can take a look at it.
And I want to see if there's any creatures hiding up there.
Okay, good call. So you take a look, and there's nothing per se nothing that you can see, is what I would say.
Okay.
That's there, that's readily available. It's been carved. The ogre's maw kind of has been carved into this arch. There are a couple of little crevices that something that was really tiny could theoretically fit in, but you take the pole and kind of give them a couple pokes, and it doesn't appear that there's anything there.
I guess I'll go to the door and listen.
And listen at the door. So right here is the 50-minute mark. So you guys would need to take a 10-minute rest or push on. Are you going to take the 10-minute rest or push on?
Rest.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's rest.
Okay, so you rest till 5. And
so is it every 50 minutes you got to hang out for a bit to catch your breath, or else you accumulate penalties? That how it works.
Correct. So yeah, 10 minutes out of every hour, basically, you've got to rest.
Smoko.
So you walk up, you listen at the door. I'll allow you while you're resting to listen at the door, so it won't be a double 10 minutes because you're just resting, so it's not preventing you from listening. So that seems reasonable. rolling? That doesn't make sense, dice roller. That's not how odds work.
Why do you keep rolling the same number?
It keeps rolling the exact same number over and over and over again. Unless I'm like the most, I don't know, lucky or unlucky person ever. I don't think you can roll that many 2s in a roll. So let me
Wait.
roll. There we go. All right, so it's starting to do it. It's got to let me back in. I just refreshed it. All right. So you listen. You don't hear anything on the other side.
Okay. So I'm guessing we're going to go through.
All right. So you open the door. Where is my reveal? There.
Oh.
Ah, that's what that was to. Okay.
So you open the door, and I'm always going to assume you step in unless you tell me otherwise. So you open the door and step in. So that's what I'm going to do.
I do want, before we step in, I want to check it like around the area before going in.
Around the entry. So
Yeah.
you want to do a full search, or you just? I'm always assuming that you're keeping a lookout. That's where your natural dwarven like trap detection comes from. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to assume that. So, so in the middle of the room, you see a skeleton with some right where 21 is. Basically, you see a skeleton that has some old blood stains that are underneath it.
Uh-huh. That
Is it?
isn't how science works, but okay.
Well, its skeleton remains on the floor, and there's old blood stains. So someone was killed there, in theory. It's old blood.
Arnie would like to search the remains.
It's mostly skeleton. Like I'm talking, there's some remnants of clothes, but they're just torn pieces for the most part.
I do want to step on it.
Sorry.
I do want to step on the skeleton to make sure the, turn to dust or whatever.
Oh, so you're like jumping on its bones?
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on. Before he does that, can I just check to see what most likely killed it? Like if there are any chips in the bones or whatever?
You gotta remove your sunglasses dramatically.
Yeah, like
I'm waiting on a pun.
This guy's got a bone of contention. So, I'll say you can see some chipped ribs, where like a knife would have been, like he got like gutted or something like that. So he's got some chipped ribs, basically, like where a knife, and the knife might have got stuck in one of the ribs. So there's like one of them that's got like a chunk, that's there. So all of a sudden the room, like wind starts really picking up in the room, and it starts buffeting you around a little bit. Not like you're falling over, but like, you're having to keep your balance a little bit. So like wind comes, and it says, "Fools, flee before your bones rest here evermore." What are you doing?
Well, hello there.
Arnie wants to take out the prayer tail. Maybe he could be like Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, I should have mentioned B over here is a rusted portcullis.
Is it broken in or no?
No, it's there. It's just really rusty. So it's a rusted old portcullis that's over here. Anytime you see 3 dots, that's a portcullis in old D&D map terms.
Why don't we give him the old Who are you to threaten us, vile spirit? They'd love it when you do that.
So the wind calms down, and everything settles back down.
Well, I guess we can just keep going. Cool.
That could be some sort of minor enchantment. When you walk up to the portcullis, it gives you the booming voice to scare you off. Could be there's an actual ghost. Could be there's a really big guy down the hallway yelling and taking advantage of the acoustics. It's anybody's guess.
Do you have anything that could get through those rusted bars quick like?
Arnificent.
I got a crowbow. I think I got a crowbow.
Listen, I have every single type of construction equipment in this game.
Arnie can muscle it and pick it up. He could like.
Arnie,
I mean, to like break it open so we don't have to muscle it over and over again.
Well, he could. Well, I'll let y'all resolve that. But yes, I would say Arnie can, with some effort, like pick it up. If you have other ways that you think you could do stuff, like I will be open to that as well.
Could we use the crap?
let's just have Arnie lift it up. And if
that's wait. Why don't we have Arnie lift up and then spike it so that it stays up?
That's exactly what Arnie was about to say.
Yeah.
That's definitely something you could do.
Or we could use the spikes and kind of hammer it kind of towards the center to break it in half.
Well, the spikes are pretty little. I'm talking that your spikes are probably, maybe they're really
large nails.
Yeah, they're like oversized nails. Like if you've ever seen depictions of Jesus and they nail like spikes into his hand, that size nail is what you're looking at.
Like the square nails,
Okay.
So
then we can do it your way then.
All right, so Arnie, go ahead and give me a roll to open, but it's at a -1 penalty.
Yeah, because it's rusted. Okay.
It's rusted up.
Could we help him?
Would that be so? That's a -1 threshold.
Yes, do a -1 threshold.
I can help.
What would you do if I help? If I can?
Oh.
So Arnie goes up and "Arr, arr," and it's really stuck.
I go and help him out up.
Arnie wants to do some push-ups after.
So the iron groans and you can hear down the hallway as it's and he gives out a little as he's trying to get that thing up. So I'll let you can go in and try to give him a hand. Arnie, roll it again at the same difficulty. All right, so
there we go.
The two of you together are able to and able to get it up. So it takes,
I'll spike it in so that it stays up.
So you're pink, 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 pink.
How many?
The push-ups helped.
It'll take 4 of your spikes in order to get this thing pretty secure.
All right. Okay, so what's down the hall?
All right, so you get to here, and there's a T-junction. So you can go up here, or you can go down here. I'll actually do both of them. So there's a door down here, and there's a door right there. So do y'all want to go north or south?
North.
Hey, can we...
Arnie, let's go further in. Let's go deeper.
Ryan, can we just map out in this area because we know what is in there because we ran through there?
What is it? Hold on.
Between 21 and 19. that area with the trap door.
Yeah, I'll give that to you because you know it's there. You can kind of fill it in based on memory. So there you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you don't know what's up there though. So
Right.
do you guys want to go north or south?
I think north
I was
we had
thinking north.
said.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How many hours has it been since we came in here?
It has
So go for now.
been. It's going on 5:30. You walked in around 4, so it's been about an hour and a half.
All right. So 2 hours and 2.5 hours left of my lantern. Cool.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of it. I know when it goes out.
Alright.
All right, so you come up to a door. Are you guys going to do routine number 1, which is the 2 guys listen at the door, and then you're going to go in? Is that
Arnie
How
would
about-
not listen this time. He would like to search the room.
How about we have one person stand right here watching guard, and have 2 people at this door and 2 people at this door listening to either door,
okay? If that's what y'all
so
want to
that
do,
we can save time.
that sounds
Yeah.
efficient.
The room was blocked.
Is that what y'all want to do?
Sure.
Okay. All
Brian,
right.
is there like a base check for trap skill, or is that just thieves that can check for like lock traps and those sorts of things?
What is it? Dwarves have an innate ability to sense traps too, and what is it? Everyone has. If you search for it, you have the ability 1 in 6.
That.
Yeah.
It's right below your ability scores. It's
I
in
gotcha.
exploration.
You should have it,
All right,
but
thank you.
dwarves have a better ability, and then thieves, their ability gets better.
Okay. So my if we're talking about like what's our routine for each door, like while somebody's listening, the other can be making sure that there's no traps poking out, and even if it's a 1 in 6 chance, it's better than nothing, right?
Yep. One of the dwarves would be the best people to do that. So
Yeah.
how about routine is this? We will call it routine number 1. You have Arnie listening. You have Oakenshield listening because those some of your best listeners because the dwarves are and all of species are better listeners. But then you could have Thondon checking the locks and stuff like that, checking the door for traps.
Sounds good.
I approve this message.
All right, then
Okay.
I will roll.
Vance will supervise. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I'll just keep
From the
a
back.
lookout. Oh wait a second. We have whatever her name is to also help keep an eye out.
She's in the back hanging out.
Yeah.
It may look like I'm standing around smoking a cigarette, but really,
You're
So-
staying around smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
you got it, guys.
So the people that were listening down at 23, which I assume is the humans because they're the only ones who can, you don't hear anything going into this room down here. And then you guys don't hear anything going into the room up here, and you do not seem to think that there's anything on the door.
Hey. I guess open the door to 22 first.
Up here, right?
Which,
Or
yeah,
to the
which
north,
is
whichever one it is.
Okay, so you open the door. So okay, so you open the door, step in. So this room has what is it? A stone fountain in it with it's got a bunch of like leaping fish that have been carved out of stone, but the fountain is completely dry. So it doesn't have water going through it anymore. So it's just this pretty big centerpiece kind of fountain.
Hey, Vance, you don't have create water yet, do you?
No. I don't think
So
see
Arnie
that spell.
wants to use 2 of his Arnie acids and spit both of them into the
Why?
into
I think
Why?
cream water's like way high.
acid water.
All right, so you're gonna basically use your acid basically to kind of spit it into the fountain, correct?
Imperius can help, or Arnie can ask Imperius to help
Okay.
spit.
He doesn't have acid. He spits like a poison, like that blinds people.
Yeah.
But all right, so y'all start like spitting into the fountain.
Arnie, you got something in your throat? Everything all right?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
So-
everything's fine.
Arnie, go ahead. Make a wisdom check for me, please.
Yeah, okay.
Your new unconcussed wisdom.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
true. Okay.
Bam bam.
So Arnie, you do your like little like leak acid spit, and it hits one of the fishes that's there, and it starts sizzling, and you see like a tiny hole pop open in the fish, like that's on its side, and you notice just the tendril of like a greenish gas that comes out of it.
Oh my god, get back, run.
I'm running.
Run. Oh,
Hold on. Arnie notices this, not everybody
Arnie,
else.
why? Why, Arnie?
Yeah, Arnie says back up, and there's some gas coming out. Vance, you know what this is?
It's a poison
Stepping
pot.
back quickly,
All
It's
right.
a
bringing
poison
a
pot.
handkerchief to his mouth.
As the whatchamacallit, the acid starts eating away more and more at some of those fish, you see they start like vomiting up green gas, like starts billowing out of this area. You're not in the kind of direct area, so basically it would kind of it fills up the room, but y'all basically start backing up before it happened.
Close the door.
Let's give that a moment to bake. Arnie, I take it back. I think that you may have inadvertently triggered a trap and kept it from choking us all to death.
No, he just opened a poison pot is what he did.
Well, no, but I mean, clearly these fish were charged with horrific poison gas to kill people. Like there was probably a mechanism in there that Arnie accidentally bypassed by cracking through
Accident?
fish. I mean, completely purposefully cracked through with his acid. In his infinite orcish wisdom,
There you go.
knew only the far western acid trout is shaped like that.
Oh my god.
See, Vance knows.
I tell you what, boys, why don't we head south here for a minute and we can come back once the smoke clears, huh?
Hey,
Close that door.
Is that gas flammable?
What was that?
Is that gas flammable?
Knows, but I would not suggest
Okay.
burning it because let's just close the door. We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
All right. I assume you're headed down to the other one. Is that a correct assumption? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you already listened at the door. Are y'all gonna just open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So you open the door, and right where the number 23 is, the room's interesting. It's definitely something kind of unusual. So the room basically is adorned with a lot of images of like smiling faces and frowny faces. There's a lot of coins that are being like tossed into the air. And you see on the wall is a giant stone wheel that has glyphs cut into it with like a pizza shaped kind of wedge at the top, and the wheel is on an axle that spins.
Well, that screams cursed Wheel of Fortune to me, if anything does.
Do any of us understand the glyphs?
No, you do not.
Well,
None
we
of
can
us?
fix that. Give me a minute here, boys. Rummage through. Don the sacred circlet and decipher the ancient ones.
So it is definitely in a language of like the realm of chaos. It's a chaotic tongue.
Every time.
So it is not a it's not like an old god kind of thing, like, evil beyond the scope. This is kind of a new god chaos kind of thing. This seems to be the wheel basically has on it that it's that it is a tribute basically to the Lady of Fortune, the Lady of Luck. So while she is chaotic, she's not necessarily malevolent. She's just she is what she is. And basically, you kind of the different runes all over the wheel are different kind of like outcomes. They're like examples would be something like your day has come, now you shall be struck dumb, and things like that. Or like spin the wheel, now you'll heal, and stuff like that.
Oh my.
So it's a random chance of death, basically.
Well, isn't everything?
Yeah.
It's fairly clearly some sort of enchanted artifice, though. Like it's.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something I can?
Oh yeah, it's definitely got some mojo.
Arnie would definitely like to be the guinea pig to test it.
Oh, yeah, give it a try. That'd be fun.
Listen, I am all for curses, but even I have my limits of when we should not do something.
Should we have Imperius do it?
Well, let's maybe approach it this way. If we can read the glyphs, Ryan, you don't have to tell me every single outcome or anything, but like, what's the ratio of good to bad we're looking at here?
50-50.
Oh. Well, we got about a 50-50 shot of something beneficial happening, but chaos, magic, ancient, this horrific mystery thing deep in a dungeon. I think I'll step back real quick.
Arnie, I'm not allowing you to summon a higher demon to this realm to kill us all.
If Arnie wants to touch the wheel, he can touch the wheel. I'm not. He has.
I don't think you could stop me.
Fine, I'm going back to B.
Arnie, do you want to spin it?
Could Imperius spin it?
No, I'm not gonna let the snake spin it.
All right.
You could wrap him around it and yank, but he might hurt him.
Yeah, Arnie would. Yeah, he'll spin it.
Okay, roll a d6 for me.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I can't see it. What is it? Just tell me.
It's a 2.
Okay. Roll a d10 now for me.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
8.
8 can't be that bad.
You lose a leg. Congratulations.
That would
It
be
says
amazing.
so. It's like spinning, like and like it slows down like and it lands on this like rune and it glows. You're wearing your little hat so you can read kind of what it says. It says, see, I got to come up with something off the cuff for these little like clever sayings. Let's see. It says something. It says Lady Luck owes you one.
Oh, I think
Try again next time.
So
I'd
So
hold on to that, Arnie. That's a pretty good outcome, I would think.
Yeah, that's what
So,
I'm thinking.
mechanically, it means that you may re-roll one die at any. Well, just tell me like I'm re-rolling this shit, like, and that's it. You get one re-roll on any roll.
Cool. Put it on your sheet.
I'm putting it on the bottom. Yeah.
Good.
I'd say quit while we're ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
I had a friend who did one of these once and wound up exiled to an outer dimension. A castle fell on his friend. It was terrible.
I do want to know what's the worst thing possible.
Listen. I like the Lady of Pain as much as anyone, but I don't want to be sent to her library.
I wasn't
Okay.
going to spin it. I just want to know
What's the worst outcome? They're all kind of riddly, but you definitely see one that mentions like crossing the gates to fulfill Death's desire.
Oh yeah, so there is a chance of death. Cool.
That does
Isn't
not
there
sound
always? Well, I bet we've probably got that poison gas cleared out by now. Let's take a look.
good. Yeah.
Well, we still have to go above 19.
But there's one way here too.
Is nobody else going to try it again?
There's a door over here.
But there's also an area over here that we haven't explored yet.
We're over here. Why not just go over there then?
I think onward and deeper might be the way to go. We've clearly found the main entrance. They don't want us in here. They've had the big spooky voice thing. Must mean we're on the right track.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay.
Is nobody going to try the mystery box? What is
No.
it?
No.
I think you should quit while you're ahead, Arnie.
I'm not as brave as Arnie, I'll admit it.
Okay.
Listen. If there isn't a chance of death, I'll do it. Because, I don't care about curses. But if there's a chance of death, I am not risking my ungodly rolls.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what is it, like 1 in 60 probably?
Well, it was a D6, then a D10. So you have, what was it? That many options.
So I'll just let everyone know roughly how it works. Like the D6 is to figure out, is it a good or a bad thing? Wheel or woe? 50-50. The D10 is what happens on the chart, oh wheel or woe.
So 20 options.
There are 20 options, and you have exactly a 50-50 chance of all of them. I'm not trying to tempt anyone to do it. I'm just saying this is what you face. If you choose to
I'm not doing it. I'm not risking death.
Those
Because
are-
we know with my luck, I am going to die.
Generally,
that's better odds than any roll you'll ever make in the game.
I would say this. Generally, any of your characters who are lawful, this is pretty abhorrent to you. Like, this is-
Okay.
like,
All right.
but
Then never
Arnie,
mind.
I know for a fact, is not lawful. So if he wanted to go up and I'll take a chance. I don't give a shit. Like, I can see that. Like,
Okay.
but lawful people, this might be a little weird. So, like I said, it's basically the Lady Luck is like the thing. So this looks like kind of, it used to be like a chapel, and you think that this wheel was just too big for them when they left. They just couldn't take it. It's huge. Very, very big.
Okay. Let's go to 22 and see if the gas passes.
Haha.
So you open it up for sanity's sake. I'm going to say yes, the gas has passed. It is. You've hit the other 50-minute mark, so I assume you guys are going to rest for a second.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's
We can kind of
10:06.
pull up and take a defensive position. We do so.
It's 10:06. Do we want to cut it here, or can people go on? I know there's vacations and stuff, so I don't know what everyone's doing.
I'm fine for whenever you guys want to get off. Like,
Arnie has literally nothing going on right now because there's nothing going on. So he's good.
Yeah.
I'm
all
good. I can go on.
Bed, so I'm good.
Good.
Let's do it, kids. My life is a timeless void, so.
All right.
Let's bring some light in there.
We'll go on for a little bit longer, not much longer. I still got to make my kids lunch and
Let's
stuff.
bring some Christmas cheer, boys.
All right, so there's you guys. There's the other door here. Are you guys doing Operation 1 on it?
Yeah, I guess.
Bonk.
You know what? Arnie's feeling this whole Lady Luck thing. He just wants to smash that bad boy up.
Sorry.
If you waste your Lady Luck right here,
He's just
You
feeling
won't do
good.
that. Yeah.
So you're just kicking the door in? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
It's a 2.
All right. You kick that door in. Boom. Loud echoing. So comes up to a T-junction. So you can see kind of into a room over here. And then there's 2 ways basically to go. You can either go north or south, or you can continue to go west.
Let's go here. Up here.
We'll go north.
yeah, let's go up here.
All right. So when you get to here, I'll at least show you what you're seeing. So this starts looking like it opens up into a cave system.
Oh no, it's the Dragon's Den. We're not going in there. We're not going in there.
And then there's a door to the south.
Okay,
Robust
can we
door
at
up
least
here.
see very far
maybe
into it?
Maybe it's a magic frost dragon.
Can we see very far into this?
You can see about as far as I've revealed.
Can Arnie see very far into it?
Arnie can see a little farther, so yeah, that's a good question. So 30. So Arnie, when you look in there, you see a faint glow, and the room opens up into a rather decent sized cavern. And it, like I said, there's a faint glow in the room.
Yeah, we're not fighting a dragon, boys.
Well, I certainly think it needs revisiting at some point. What type of dragon? When's the last time it was seen in the area? I mean, if it got in here, it has to be able to get out somehow. So is there a big hole in its cavern at the top? You know, those sorts of things. Not right now, but something to come back to.
I do have a dragon book. I just need to know what it looks like to know.
Yep.
Oh, well, there we go. See?
You can do some reference.
I mean, if we want to have Arnie sneak in there,
He'd
I'm
love
not
to.
against it. But it's Arnie's choice if he wants to go into the lair of a dragon.
If this is the lair of the dragon.
It literally said lair of dragon.
It said "Duh Dragon Den."
Oh. So they're all we're going
sign
on.
was over here.
It's
Yeah.
We don't know if there's context to over there.
Well, it
He
could
said
be
it was
kobolds
a very,
warning
very
people.
large cavern. So it most likely goes that whole area.
Worst comes to worst, we're booking it, and Arnie can run the fastest. So
The
why don't we
keyword-
go ahead?
Well, when I hear "Da Dragon Den," are we sure it's not like a kobold bar?
That's what I'm
Could be
thinking.
far, but like, do you want to risk it?
Arnie will.
All right, so
Right.
this is a
Oh,
little
oh.
off-label, Ryan, but I'll try it anyway. So one of my cantrip powers,
Sure.
is the ESP thing. I can sense life forms or whatever.
Okay.
Would I be able to tell it I should be able to sense a dragon crazy magically potent, right?
Yeah, I'm talking. That would be something that would be. I'm talking. Range would be a consideration, but if you're just trying to do a divination basically into the next room, I would allow
Right.
that.
Okay. So
You gotta
basically
roll it.
I would think that a dragon be potent enough to like overwhelm my magical senses and be like, oh shit, yep, only a dragon.
All right. Well, you got to roll because I know it's always a d6 roll for those cantrips.
Right. So I think I set it up properly. So let's give it a shot.
And even still, not every dragon is a bad dragon.
Okay. Yeah, you got a 2. You have a 3. So yeah, that works.
All right.
So you kind of do your stuff. You don't detect any form of life in the 30 feet basically in front of you, like in that area.
Oh, is that okay? And each box is 10.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but
Okay.
I'm going to do it kind of as a cone. So like 30 feet cone from you. So it covers. You don't know how big the room is, but yeah, that I'm talking. It's 3 boxes away. So and 3 across.
I might have shifted up a little bit if I had known that.
Hey, Arnie,
fine.
do you
I guess it literally says it. I guess I wrote it down at some point. That's my bad then. Never mind.
But I'll say that you
Reading
can step up. You know that the next room that's there is empty. So
Okay.
that's
Well, and it's, I mean,
that's what
potentially this big. Listen, boys, I don't sense any powerful magical fields, at least directly in front of us. Arnie, you might be able to run ahead at least a bit and scout it out. And if there is a dragon, good time to be really lucky, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So is Arnie going in?
Something says Arnie has Lady Luck on his side.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's very
hold
true.
on. Is it the reason why we can't see it that far is because it's dark inside, or it's just out of the line of sight?
No, it's just dark.
it's dark.
Dark. Why don't I just throw a torch into the room?
Well, I think if Arnie has like ultra super dark vision because of his evil power, right?
Yeah.
True dark vision.
Arnie can see everything in the dark. He can see through darkness.
Yeah, he
So
has
I'd say
true
if you
dark
have like sneaky thief power, so I'd say do the sneaky thing, get in there. If there actually is a dragon, we need to get the F out, and if there's not, then the rest of us loud chainmail, sword guys can be like time and can come up, bring up the rear.
Yeah.
Dealio, let's go.
I mean, my way is the safe way, so no one could potentially get hurt.
Well,
but then it
technically
alerts
it's not.
To our presence. We
Yeah.
just threw a torch into its house.
Okay. Arnie, are you headed in?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
And I assume you're going to be being very quiet like?
Yeah. Moving silently.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Arnie's catching a vibe from the DM. He's gonna remove some chainmail.
You're going to what?
Never mind.
Okay. All right. So you go into the room. I'm going to reveal it. So, because that's roughly what you're seeing. The room has a faint glow to it of phosphorescent kind of moss that kind of grows in the cave, basically. So it's just it's got a tinge to it, a glow, but it's not terribly intense. It's not like something that you can use for the most part as like a light to see by.
Right.
And then from the top of the cave, there's dripping water. Doop, doop.
So Arnie wants to collect some of the moss, like as much as he can within, like, I guess 5 minutes.
Are you
And
gonna
then-
call back to us or something?
And then, yeah, that's what the other 5 minutes is, telling the other part of his time. He wants to collect some stuff and tell them. So,
Okay. So you're collecting a little bit of moss, and you hear conversation actually coming from over here.
It's just ahead, like through the mouth of the cave there.
Yes. Yes.
If you can
That's
see it or
kinda-
not.
So that direction, you hear conversation happening.
so yeah, Arnie wants to go back, tell them, let's go. There's some people talking. We can get a little closer view at the edge of 39 over to the right. at the opening, we can peek around.
Okay. Do y'all want to come in?
Yeah.
Scooby Doo mode.
Okay, so you guys go over here and you're all like hiding basically and looking into the room.
Engage bright lamp mode.
Are you keeping the lamp
Yeah,
on?
turn off your lamp. Turn off your lamp. Turn off your lamp. Turn off your lamp.
Turn it off.
Okay.
I'm
Just
holding
like
the
a
dwarf's
shutter.
hand. Me and the wizard are holding the dwarf's hands.
So as you're looking into this room, coming in from the top, basically from the north, light starts coming into the room, and you notice that there's 5 people that are walking into the room. 2 of them are carrying torches. They're wearing the uniform of the brigands that you've gone into many a kerfuffle with.
Hey.
And you see that they're carrying a sack of something, and you hear them. They're just talking about just random stuff, like, "Hey, man, you going home to see your children this weekend?" Like, "Yeah, man, I've got some time off, so I figured I'd go ahead and do that." And they're just walking over. They're just having like casual conversation. They walk up to. This is a big well, so it looks like a big well. And they basically just take the sack and they throw the sack into the well. And they like look down and they're just like sitting there. You never hear a splash. You don't hear like a splash. And they're like, "All right, that looks like it's good."
I do want to whisper to Oni. Backstab.
Arnie wants to wink and look back and say, "Backstab."
That kind of party.
All right, so are you sneaking up there to try to take him out?
100%.
I do want to have my crossbow ready.
Okay.
Happen.
Yeah, I'll have my cross launcher ready.
Cross launcher's ready, crossbow's ready. Like, that's fine. That could be reasonable. So
Also, Arnie, be careful at the cliff's edge. You don't want to fall into this bottomless well.
All right, I won't.
It's that kind of party. Look out.
This is the same party that wanted to own slaves.
yes.
Are the brigands slavers too?
No.
I don't know if they are, but this is an earlier story.
Oh.
Is
Well, they're
nobody?
certainly not friendly.
If nobody's coming in with Arnie, then after the backstab, could he slam down some darkness?
Well, we can't sneak up behind them since.
That is true. That is true. But there's 2 guys in 1 backstab. So
Yeah.
Wasn't there 4 guys?
That's why I got
there was
my
5 guys.
crossbow.
There's 5
There's-
guys.
Yeah, 5 guys.
That's why I got my crossbow ready as soon as
Yeah,
it's time.
and my cross launcher.
Yeah. Because we can't sneak up and backstab too because of my armor.
It's gonna have to be smart though.
Yeah.
Can't just be willy-nilly.
Backstab, run back into the room.
Yeah, backstab them, run back towards us, and we just bombard them with crap.
The sword thanks you guys for the idea.
Yeah, we still don't know that Arnie's sword is possessed, do we?
Maybe. You might be able to hear it.
Ryan?
Yep. Hold on. I'm just
Okay.
I'm drawing out the map. So
alright.
bear with me for a second. Just trying to get a rough sketch of what it looks like. All right. Can y'all see anything, or do I need to reveal?
You need to reveal it.
Okay.
All black.
There we go.
Ah,
Let me freehand one more thing.
Arnie still sees nothing.
I
It's
see
okay.
it.
It's just slow.
All right. So you should be able to see it now.
Yeah, I see it.
Go ahead and everyone pull in your characters and put them down in the corner down here. And you can pull in Hagurta too if you want her Hagurtha. Because she can be.
Right. Arnie doesn't know where he is. All right, there he is.
All right. So Arnie, you're trying to. I'm going to put you out a little bit further because you're sneaking over there to do your thing.
Okay.
Are
the black lines? Is the red the cliff?
No, the red was just because I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing. This is a very rough sketch of what you're looking at. So there's the well there, and then there's the sides of the cave basically.
So it's like this.
Could Arnie move a little further this way instead of further closer to them?
Yeah, if you want. Well, if you're trying to backstab them, you need to get to their backs.
Yeah, so Arnie wants to kind of move around this way around the.
Well, they're all in essence facing.
Yeah,
this
they're
direction.
facing this way.
To get to their backs, you need to be over here.
All right.
So that's
Gotcha.
Hey, Thongding, we need to switch. Unless you use a crossbow.
Did I give Hagurtha a distance weapon?
Nope. Sword and board.
Yeah, that's the way she is. She's tough like that. We'll have to
She
get
likes
her a distance
to
weapon.
get up and close. Yeah, I didn't realize that till I was just checking out. Like, oh, well, she can spit insults from afar. That's the main thing.
All right. So Arnie, I'm gonna let you roll it because you can know if you don't pass or not with your sneak on this one.
Huzzah. Which one would that be? That would be.
I just have it down as thief skills for you because all your thief skills, I just do it as one thing because I don't want to go through the minutia.
I mean,
Did you click it?
thief abilities, yep.
Okay.
5 fail.
So,
Oh no!
hold on. Just because he's not moving silently does not mean that he is not moving quietly. So they still have to hear him in order to discover him. Moving silently means they don't even have the ability to hear him. All right. So you're moving up. They don't seem to notice you. Which one of these guys do you want to get behind?
I'd
guess
say the
both.
closest and just kick him into the well.
This one. Yeah.
Sparta.
Why don't we just do the closest and kick him into the well?
Does that sound good?
If Arnie could try to push one into the other, that'd be pretty nice. But
Well, do you want to
That might be
backstab or do you want to stab someone in the back or
Backstab.
push them?
backstab.
All right. So you want to backstab. Go ahead and roll an attack, and you get +4 for the threshold modifier.
All right.
I hope you know that once you backstab him, he will most likely straighten out and go into the well.
I don't know how I got the 0, but
Yeah, how?
I guess I might have typed something wrong. But
Hold on. That's weird.
I put +4. Should I just put 4?
No, oh yeah, probably. Just do attack threshold 4.
Okay. There you go. That's way better.
So
25.
all right. So
For
do
attack.
that.
Damage of 6.
Damage is 6, but since it's backstab, you do double damage. Roll an extra D8. Well, actually, 6 is it doesn't matter. 6 is dead anyway, so that's
Wait a second, isn't that a nat 20?
no.
No.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, it's not. Okay.
So boom. So basically, you go up behind the guy and like, yeah, and like stab him and just push him into the well as he falls over. And his friends turn. They're like, "What the hell? That was John." At that point, all my crossbow people can fire before the round even
Okay.
starts.
Who are these people?
Who am I murdering?
Yeah, Arnie needs to write this down for his kill list. So
These are
do
more
we get
the
any
bandits.
threshold modifiers?
You're in close, so 1.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I couldn't hear that.
These are bandits or brigands.
All right, bandit.
Woohoo!
That's
Unfortunate.
that's a shame.
Almost a natural 20.
Boom, boom. What is it? Thondon, if you want to take a shot, go for it. Between the two of you, that'll take out this guy. He grabs his chest as he also falls into the pit. Or the well.
And they were never seen or heard from again.
So, and then this guy takes a shot to the arm.
I guess.
Does the arm shot send him tumbling into the pit?
No, but he's hurt.
Because he's sitting on the edge of it, right?
Yep, sitting on the edge of the pit.
I guess those two are free falling.
Free falling. So
they're in the danger zone.
Let's roll initiative real quick. Arnie, roll a d6. So you got your surprise round.
This was a beautiful round, even though I wasn't able to do anything.
All right.
It'd be like that sometimes.
You guys have first round to go from here. So you go before they do.
So I'm guessing you're going in and attack.
Yeah.
It's up to y'all what y'all want to do. What are you doing, Arnie? You're the closest.
Attack, right, Arnie?
Yeah. Arnie. Well. Yeah. Arnie would. No, he would not like to attack. Arnie would like to move.
Are we going first?
Yes.
Okay. Can I turn my lantern back on and reload my crossbow, or no?
No.
Arnie would like to move to the other side of the well.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they got bows, so they can still attack you.
He has a shield. He might be able to block it.
Okay, so Arnie moves over there. Thondon and Oakenshield, my dwarves, what are you all doing?
We can move 4 and do an action, or move 8.
8, no action.
Okay. So 1, 2.
Who had the torches?
I have 2.
No, I mean, which one of these guys had the torches?
The one that's shot has a torch, and one of the guys who fell in the pit has a torch, but I'm going to say he dropped it. So there's still light in the area.
Okay, because I was going to say, if they took the torches with them, then I need to turn on my lantern.
Yeah, that's true. They wouldn't be able to see either, but...
Hey, why don't you guys just kick the torches into the pit?
I don't think I can reach it. That's my max without doing an action.
Arnie could.
So there's a torch.
They
there.
also dropped their stuff down the pit to somebody down there, so throwing the torch down might alert whoever they were dropping that stuff.
It was like garbage.
The 2 dead bodies might also alert the people.
Oh, that's all right. You know what? I take it back. Hey, I'm trying to think outside the box here. You win this round.
Can I put my cross launcher away and light my torch, and just...
You would have to drop your cross launcher on the ground, and then you could light your torch.
Yeah, I'm gonna light my lantern just that we have a bit of light.
Okay.
And what's everyone else doing? Like Hagurtha over
Ryan,
here.
there's not like a double move or anything like that if I don't take an attack.
You can double move. You can. Your movement's very fast, so you move. You can move
How
8
about-
or 16. Agartha,
How about charging?
charging is you move your 8, and if you can make contact with him, yeah, you can do a charge. But I think she's just at range.
Well, she has a 6 move because she has chainmail.
Oh yeah,
I
she's
guess,
only got
right?
chainmail, so yes, she might be able to make it. So she would be able to do 12 squares.
Okay, that's what I was. Yeah. So
If
that
she-
she can do that.
If she can
So
do roughly-
Hogarta tires of skulking in the darkness. She craves the blood of foemen and charges. Going for Matt. So this dude with the little red dot is wounded.
He is.
She's gonna take a swing at this guy on the top left. Then
Okay, she's got a +2 to hit for charging.
nice.
She does have a
So,
-2 to her AC for the round.
well, she's all right. She doesn't mind.
How
So
much
she
health
gets
does she have?
not enough. She's got 8. So she gets +2 to hit and to damage from her 17 strength,
Not enough, right?
right? And then her sword is also the storied Winter Wolf.
Yes.
So I think that should actually be +3 on those then. So let's give it a shot here. And so do I add 2 to the threshold modifier? Is that what this is asking?
Yep, 2 to the threshold.
Maximum stabos.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Unnatural 20 and 10 damage!
So she runs up like she takes out all of her anger about those hobgoblins out on this guy and just like and just like cuts him and like hits him like right in the temple, and it sinks in about a third of the way into his skull. And he drops like a sack of potatoes.
She will unleash a blood-curdling scream.
Does he also drop into the pit?
No, he drops right where he's at. Just,
Okay.
and I think that's everyone. Actually, does Vance want to do anything in particular?
Staggered by the scene of violence which is played out before him so suddenly, he will be just in shock and awe for the nonce.
Okay.
I think I should move forward.
If you're reloading, you can't do anything but reload.
No, I'm lighting my lantern.
Okay. Okay, yeah. You drop your crossbow, lighting your lantern, and then you could theoretically move 4 spaces.
1, 2, 3. Like right here.
Yep.
All right.
Gage, does your lantern have like a flap on it? You can shut it instead of putting it out every time.
It's okay. It's on my helmet. It's like a miner's light.
Right. But I mean, you could put a lens cap on it.
I could.
Yeah.
But did I?
I'm fine with that. Yeah, if you want like a little lens cap on it that you can just like click, click, I'm good with that.
Instead of having to get out
I
your
don't need to turn it back on. Then is
Correct.
what we're saying.
Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that.
Oh, so yeah. Then I'm just gonna stay where I was and reload. Then.
Okay. Reloading.
Looking out for you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so their turn. These guys are gonna run.
That's. Yeah.
Hergertha can take an attack of opportunity as that guy goes, and he's making it. He's running. He's just booking it.
She's gonna shield bash him. If that's
Okay.
a thing.
Yeah, but just resolve it as a regular attack. But we'll call it a shield bash. Thematically, I'm fine with it.
Mostly to capture prisoners for weregeld, that kind of deal. You know how it goes. So just straight bonk.
Okay. Yeah, she hits
That's
him with the
still hit.
shield. He goes down, like he's out.
So looking out.
So he's not dead.
Struck to the ground. Yeah, I was looking for a knockout.
He's
Is he
got a net on him.
Is he dead or just knocked out?
He's knocked out. You can choose to do non-lethal
Okay.
damage. So, knocked him out. This guy's like, let's get the hell out of here. 1, 2, 3,
My kids.
4, 5, 6. And he can keep going. Oh, but he can't. Like he's kind of at the edge of. He's scared because he doesn't have a torch. He runs screaming into the darkness. Because he thinks he's gonna die. Like I'm trying to think. Like what would he do? Like I guess he would just run into the darkness.
I thought you were supposed to be a beast of a bandit. Chicken.
You always have your sassy one-liners.
You told him.
You're like
Zing.
You're like Vin Diesel. You only speak in one-liners. That's all Vin Diesel does. Just like.
Could Arnie run over to the northern edge and see where he ran off to if Arnie could still see him?
Yeah, actually, Arnie, you can still see him because you have that like supervision. But I don't know. Do you have a ranged weapon? I don't think Arnie does. Also, Arnie sucks with ranged weapons.
Yeah.
Arnie's like the worst. He's really good in hand-to-hand combat and really bad at range combat.
The guy that got knocked out, I do want to tie him up.
Okay, so you tie him up. I don't have any problem with that. You've got
Can
him.
we search him for gold and stuff? Because like he's a bandit.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah,
So what are they wearing? Is it?
They're wearing.
It's the red gear. It's the red bandits that we keep on running into, and that Vance exploded one of the heads of.
Yeah,
but is it leather? Is it like chainmail?
They're wearing leather, I believe, is the.
Oh, really? I thought they were in chain.
They are in. No, they're in leather. So they're in like a leather type.
Could Arnie take their?
No, they're in chainmail. I'm sorry, they are. Yeah, they're in chainmail.
Could Arnie take their uniform and wear their uniform?
You can. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Isn't Arnie a little too big for their uniform?
He's human size. I'm not gonna get that detailed on it. Yeah, he's human size, so he's got the.
So yeah. Should I put that I have like extra chainmail, but in the notes say that it's the bandit guard?
So I'll say that you can have the chainmail, but if you're not going to just put it on right now, it's going to weigh you down. It's going to slow you down because chainmail weighs a lot when you're not wearing it.
Well, yeah. Arnie wants to put on their uniform and basically look like one of them.
Well, it's going to be hard with your face. They don't have like a helmet or anything, so I would say that would be something that'd be a little more difficult to do.
Okay, well, never mind.
So it's not a terrible idea.
Hey,
It's just
is the Gertha in plate?
no, she's in
Well,
chainmail.
yeah. So
We need to get her some plate.
Arnie will wear the uniform and ditch his chainmail.
Okay. Switch them out.
So what you're saying, Arnie, you know what you're saying, right?
What?
Oh wait, no, we have a dead one. Never mind. Okay. What I thought you were saying is that you stripped this unconscious man of his armor.
So between the two of them, you find 7 gold.
We're going to put that in the group pile.
There you go.
And we'll split it up at the end.
They have they both have a set of chainmail. They also have a short bow, 20 arrows, and a sword. Like a short sword.
Oh, we can use that stuff and go and put in like a group one or group stuff.
That's what
we said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, instead of everybody scrambling to try to get what's theirs, we can equitably divide it. Communists.
Yeah. Okay, you guys can take the bow and the arrows. How good is the short sword looking?
I'm talking they're not fine craftsmanship or anything like that. They're not, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Arnie does kind of need a ranged weapon.
You're not going to be good with it, but okay.
You're right. Never mind.
Well,
can you not use short?
He can use them. He's got a bad dex. So his dex is
It-
at
it-
best.
It is also only a -1.
Yeah.
It's not like a -3.
I would
It could be
say-
worse.
I would say any
It's better than
shot
nothing, man,
is
yeah.
better than nothing.
And they got a
Exactly.
range of like 150 feet. So if you're in like wide open spaces, that's like 4 or 5 rounds of trying to plunk them with arrows that you're missing out on if you don't have a ranged weapon.
All right, so this is a short bow.
Yep, short bow. It
All
does-
right, that should be weapons, correct?
Yep, does a d6 damage, and what is it? It's ranged, so it's the category. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here with y'all capturing this person, and we'll go next time on that. And let me do some XP for y'all.
Yeah. So next week we should try and figure out what we should ask the guy.
So
What question?
Is Oakenshield poisoned?
No.
boom. So everyone is going to get 300 XP for the night. Go ahead and give Hagurtha 30.
Does she get a tenth of what
Yes.
everybody else gets?
She does.
Does Eric the Cartman get anything?
He does not. He's not here. Eric the Cartman is not technically a.
Party member.
He's not a follower. He's There's a difference between like hired help
He's a hireling?
and hirelings. He's a hireling, not a whatchamacallit. Like Hagurtha's here. She's kind of a,
A unit.
She's a
she has a level.
NPC player.
She's got a level. That really changes the ball game.
Was it? Oh yeah, we need to get her some plate because she's a fighter and she can wear it.
She can.
Very true.
Is she in leather or chain right now?
She's in chain right now.
She's wearing a chain, but yes, I agree. Upgrades all around.
So she's got she'll get 30 XP. So she'll go up slowly but surely as well. And that's pretty much where we're at. So
All right, Deuterinos.
all right, everybody. Thanks
Ryan,
for
appreciate the.
I hope y'all had fun. And
Yeah.
so
I appreciate the run. It was really fun.
we'll see y'all next week. And if y'all do that thing, do Merry Christmas if that's your thing. If not, whatever. Happy holidays on the rest of it. And
Thanks. Same to you.
all right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.
Night, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, say in the chat before next week.
Oh, that's a good.
Yep, you guys can.
All right, guys. Peace.